Welcome back to Beholder 2 One Shot. Today we are here to play Osmond Ward, created by Connor, who will be the World Weaver today. Thank you, welcome.
Hello, nice to be here. This is terrifying. This is my first time being on a proper podcast. Hopefully I live up to expectations, eh?
Proper podcast, that's hilarious. We are also going to be playing with a familiar face, Ellen from Birdhouse Mystery, and the Raven's Roost Radio, a podcast that will soon be coming up. There's a theme here with birds.
Birds!
We will also be playing with Atticus from The Last Tapestry.
Hello.
And we will be playing with Jordan from Practical Heroes Podcast.
How's it going?
And with that, let's get started, World Weaver.
The jig is up. First of all, allow me to make a question to all of you. Are you crew or are you passengers aboard the Flying Fortress Dareville?
Well, I'm a crew member because I need to make sure this ship is spick and span and in working order.
Understood. I will write you down. Atticus, are you crew or are you passenger?
Absolutely a passenger.
Okay, passenger. I will pose the same question to Hero here.
I am a passenger.
Understood. And finally, our Scooter McGavin.
Passenger as well.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. All right. So, for the lone crew member, this is going to be a fun fucking session. You have been called to the captain's cabin of the Flying Fortress Dareville. The captain had something that he wanted you to know. He was looking to get in touch with you, essentially. As you made your way north through the halls of the great ship, the halls were oddly quiet. The night had taken hold here, and time had slowly wrapped its velvety folds about the great flying city. As you made your way over, you took your key card, you opened the door. A man dressed in a red frock coat with silver gray hair, carrying a blunderbuss and wearing black leather breeches, stands over the captain, his brains scattered across the desk, chair, and floor. The man turns to you, scatters the powder across the desk. You find yourself falling. To the passengers, you wake up in the middle of the night. The ship is quiet, its deck dark, and the electric lights flickering amongst the fog that covers the surface. As you find yourselves exiting your rooms, a group of strange men in red uniforms cross the deck, rifles and shotgun in hand and torches being carried. You can see a great ship attached to your own, a boarding plank lowered and lines connecting them. Upon the deck, you see a great number of turrets and cannons pointed at your own ship, and several dozen soldiers patrolling. As you each gather your bearings, a number of violent explosions resound throughout the hall. The ship begins to tip slightly forward. As your groups find themselves in their respective danger, the same thought crosses your minds. You must escape. Welcome to the fall of the Flying Fort Dareville. So, to start off, please check your pinned messages and open up the map. The map of the Flying Fort Dareville is something that you'll hold up for a little while, but it is necessary so that you can sort of get your bearings. First of all, I should mention Nikki. Nikki, you will be on the opposite end of the ship near the captain's quarters. You'll be in an area titled Kitchen. To the rest of you people, you will be in the common area on the upper decks. These will inevitably intersect, but we're not going to get both of you together for a couple of rooms. So it is going to be two totally separate situations. Who wants to go through their particular scene first?
You can just roll a d20.
Sure.
It's me.
High or low?
Hi.
Nikki, we're starting with you.
Fantastic.
So to those of you guys who have passengers, you have the following items. You have access to your melee weapons and firearms, as well as the following. Write these down, they are going to be important. You have a single dosage of Placebionic Draught. That is a healing item. It is equivalent to a slightly stronger, lesser healing potion. You have a torch, which is also known as a flashlight. It allows you to see in dark spaces in a 5-foot long, 1-foot wide line of light. The batteries run out after a half hour of use in real time. If you are using a flashlight, keep an IRL timer. You also have a map of the ship, as given on the next page. I've already done that. You have a starting attack balance of 1,000 to 3,000. I would say each of you guys all have 2,000 attack. That's pocket money that can also be used to bribe crew members, opponents. It's a way to get around in case you really don't want to fight somebody.
Okay.
As a crew member, you're a former member of the crew of the ill-fated Darevin. As you're one of the crew, you gain a Class 1 key card, allowing access to one of the following 1-crew rooms. Nikki, are you essential personnel, aka a guard? Are you a crewman, which gains access to general use rooms? Or are you an engineer, which gives you access to the engine room?
I am an engineer.
Okay, you have the engineer key card. That's arguably one of the most useful ones you could get, so that's nice. So that saves you a bit of a skip. In addition, you have a single-use item. It is called the Alert Box. The Alert Box is a single-use magic item which, on use, allows the player to teleport themselves and up to 2 chosen allies up to 120 feet in any direction, including directly up and through walls on the floor. It's a small remote, an inch long and wide, and is hidden within a small pocket inside your back pants pocket, openable with a knife. Finally, we get to Nikki's proper situation. The kitchen. You, Nikki, wake up to an odd sight. You find yourself looking around and all you see is a metal walls, floor, and ceiling, and then you realize there's burners on the ceiling. There's a pair of very heavy iron double doors that are currently closed, and you are bound. You find yourself inside an industrial oven.
Don't like that.
Currently, mercifully, it is deactivated. It is not currently on. The door is currently ajar, and you can see 2 of the red uniformed men just outside the door arguing. They're weaponless, but there's a muffin pan in the center of the table. What do you want to do?
So, do I have my weapons on me or no?
You do not.
Okay. Can I use my knowledge and mechanics to know how to disable this oven? I know that I'm tied up, but I'm trying to think, not draw attention to myself yet.
Right.
But how to disable this oven before they realize they can close it and kill me?
Well, if you had a weapon that could break the elements, you could probably end up smashing it. You could probably end up going around and punching a hole in the wall. That probably wouldn't work. As you are bound right now, it probably wouldn't be super easy to get out in your current position by disabling it.
No, I know. I just wanted to have a plan before I move
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
and draw attention to myself.
Yeah.
Do I see anything that I could use as a weapon?
Make me a notice roll.
Oh, I'm so good at those, though.
First roll of the game. Roll high.
So I have a mark and disadvantage on notice.
Oh, that's
So do I
fun.
roll 2d20?
2d20, take the lowest.
4 and 4.
Oh. If you rolled a 4, you're a little dizzy still. You faintly come to the realization that he probably used some kind of sleeping powder. You're not entirely sure how that works. Yeah, you have a -1. All right. So you just you're sat there very disoriented, and you can't really make sense of the situation very well.
Okay, I guess I'll just try to quietly get out of this.
Okay.
I went with the paladin one. No, that does not help. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to get out of the ropes.
Okay, make me a strength check.
I'm so good at that. 19 minus
shit.
1, so 18.
So you tense your body, and the ropes strain, and eventually it slightly gives way and frays, and you manage to snap it. You make a little noise, but judging by the very loud conversation in the other room, you're not heard immediately, and you are currently free.
Fantastic.
You can get up and move now.
I will stand up
Okay.
and I will. I don't have any weapons or anything to slam into them.
Nope.
Is there anything inside the room with me?
Well, you rolled that 4, so it's a little problematic, but I think I can I'm gonna roll a D100 just to give you like a chance here, because there's a few things that I originally added in the session when we were testing it that I think could be around. That's a 93, so yes. There is a bread pan. It is highly burnt. It's sort of crusted over, but it's a metallic pan. if you whack somebody across the head hard enough with it, you can probably knock somebody out with it.
Awesome. I'm gonna take that.
All right. Add bread pan, dealing 1d4 damage, -2 to your character sheet, I guess, or your inventory. It is a strength-based weapon.
Great. My favorite.
Yup.
I will. I'm going to want to get out of the oven, so I'm just going to, as quietly as possible, go to the door, and then are they standing directly in front of the door?
If you look out of the door, they're a slight distance away, probably about 15 feet. They're currently over at like a preparation table. As you look closer at it, there is actually a knife stuck in the center of the table. It looks to be a Bowie knife, but they were evidently using it to cut into some bread. And now they're arguing over what looks to be which half of the bread each gets. They're a decent enough distance away that if you sneak over, you could probably get behind the other preparation table, which is 5 feet away. They're in the center of like 2 very large tables, right?
Okay.
And then on your left, there are a series of very large ovens you could probably hide behind as well.
Do I see my weapons?
You do. They're all just piled haphazardly across the ovens on the other end of the preparation tables.
By them.
Yep.
Oh, God damn it. My poor babies. That's not how you treat wrenches.
Right. Welcome to stereotypical tropes.
She is annoyed that they did this. But she knows she can't take them on one-on-one combat. That is not her strong suit. So she is going to try to find a way to make one of the ovens malfunction in a way that they are curious and have to go inside.
Okay. Make me a research roll.
Hey, I'm actually good at that one. Hold on.
Sick.
Advantage. Oh no, that d20 rolled bad for me before.
Oh no.
19.
19. Okay. So you know that there's actually an access panel along the side of the oven right across the door from where you currently are. If you reach around silently and like start fiddling around, you could probably actually get it to start.
I will do that.
There's essentially like a dead switch, right? So you sneak over to the door and lean against it and sort of reach just ever so slightly. It's just out of your reach, and you lean and you manage to find the switch and flip it. There is the sound of an oven starting up. Like the entire room becomes swelteringly hot over the next couple of minutes, and a bright red element starts like turning on above you. You hear the sound of a fan starting to spin. Like it makes a lot of noise. The two men immediately pause, turn slowly to look at the oven, look back at each other. The first guy sort of asks the question like, "What yells out of there?" "Don't know. She should still be asleep, right?" "Yeah. Why? What do you think? Should we go?" No, let's check it out." And he pulls the knife out of the table and starts walking over. You have probably a turn before he gets there. Do you want to do something?
Am I in a spot where they won't see me?
You're behind the door.
No.
So yes, you're in a spot where they're probably not going to see you immediately.
I'm going to try to time it so that I can go past them when they go to look in and then go grab my revolver.
Oh God. All right. How tall are you is a good question to ask.
I would be smaller because I need to fit in tiny spaces to fix engines.
Good point.
So I'm going to go with 4, no bigger than 4 feet.
Oh wow, you're pretty freaking short. You're an automaton, right?
Yep.
That would be logically possible then. All right. Oh God, my throat. Killing me. So you sort of crouch against the door, and as they walk in, do you want to make me a stealth roll?
Nope, but I'll do it.
Okay. Make it anyways.
There's a hide, but not a stealth.
Hide. That's the one. Make me a hide roll.
Okay. That's a natural 20 if that's important.
Oh.
+1.
Okay. Wow. So these guys like bumble in like fucking what the heck are they called? They do the Dumb and Dumber kind of skit where they're stumbling over each other in order to look into this thing, and you sneak out, like you get down onto your stomach and like crawl between their legs, and then pop up on the other end and dash. I'm gonna roll a d100 again just for certain events that might possibly happen. Nothing. 39. So you manage to grab your revolver, and like. You're on the other end of the tables from them.
Is it loaded?
It is.
Oh, thank God, they're not that smart.
They're not that smart.
I put my wrench back on my belt, and I'm like, there, baby, that's where you belong. And then I just shoot one of them in the back when they're not paying attention.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Make me an attack roll.
They locked me up in an oven.
You're going real hard here, Nikki. May is out for blood. The only way she can live is with human blood.
She runs off of blood. That's her oil or whatever the heck.
If you eat enough human beings,
eventually
you
become one. Yeah.
Is that how that works?
I think I heard that on the street.
That's a rumor in Untitled Ward. Yeah, you've heard the stories.
Do I get anything because they're unaware of my presence?
I'd say take a +2 to hit.
Then that's a 14.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Oh, thank God. Would it have hit without that +2?
It would have not.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
All right.
Do I have to roll for each shot that I use?
Yeah, you have to roll damage for each shot that you use. But if you...
Damage or the d20?
Just the d20. If you're using the revolver thing, I think that's fine.
Because I'll put 2 shots in him if I have to, but like I just don't know how I'm supposed to do it.
I think for now, make a single attack with your main action, and then you can do it again next turn.
5 damage to the first one.
I should roll 2d8 just to see how much health this poor bastard has.
Roll below 5.
That kills him.
Yes!
You just peg him in the back of the head between the eyes, and he just goes down. His companion whirls around, taking the knife. He's like, "Who the fuck are you? Oh, what?" He just looks extremely confused.
I'm May, mechanical adaptable entity. You locked me in an oven.
It was the only thing in... He starts looking around as if to look for a place to escape to. Do you want to roll a proper initiative? Just a standard d20?
Sure.
Plus whatever the bonus was.
13.
Okay, you go first.
Guess what I'm gonna do again?
Yeah.
Put it right between his eyes.
This poor bastard.
Poor bastard, he locked me in the goddamn oven.
Hey, I'm an impartial DM.
That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll hit. Damage? I've rolled extremely low for this poor man's HP. He's very sickly looking.
5 again.
Yeah, you kill him too.
You hear that, Nikki? You killed a sick man.
He shouldn't have locked me in an oven. Do automatons need to eat?
Nope. You do not
Okay.
need to eat, breathe, sleep. You're a robot, right? That has an artificial soul.
I'm just
So
making sure.
essentially, yeah.
So when you eat this man's flesh, it'll be completely voluntary and optional.
Yeah, entirely optional.
May no longer feels in danger and begins to reload her gun and says, "There, now the room is clear. I'm gonna go find the captain, and then that'll
Right.
be, you can jump to the others."
Okay, so as you finish up there, one other thing. Do you wanna look around the room before we jump over the others?
I can try, but that's the thing I'm not good at.
Make an investigation roll.
Oh, investigation. Hold
Hmm.
on. Do I have investigation? I do. I'm not bad at it, but I'm not good at it either.
That's a mild hint that there are things in this room that might be useful.
13.
Oh, that'll be enough for something. There's a frying pan,
Okay.
a very, very large cast iron frying pan. It looks very heavy. There's what looks to be a flashlight on one of the tables, and then there's also a dagger on one of the tables.
I will take the flashlight, the
Right.
dagger, and I will put the bread pan down and take the frying pan.
Okay, do you want to add... Alright, I need to find what the hell the frying pan is, because it's an actual melee weapon.
Actually, you know what? I'll just leave the frying pan. I'll just take the dagger
Okay.
and the flashlight, because I have my
Aw, man.
wrench.
Alright, fair enough, fair enough. So, from there, as you get ready to exit the room, we go to passenger deck 1. So, Hero, James, and Scooter, the three of you guys each wake up in individual rooms. You hear the explosions rather than see them. It shakes the ship, and you all sort of jolt awake. You think initially that it might be something like you've hit like a floating island or something. You aren't entirely sure. And then you sort of start to hear voices and the sound of marching boots and shit. You guys hide in your rooms for a couple of minutes, and then eventually you begin to sort of feel like maybe it's okay to come out.
I want to say, just for the record, James was not hiding. He was just getting fully dressed.
And
Fair enough.
Hero was also not hiding. She was stretching and getting ready to punch people.
Beautiful.
Scooter was definitely making sure his revolver was nice and loaded and ready to go.
Beautiful. All right, the lives of a couple of sky sailors there. All right. Yeah, you guys are in general conjoining rooms. Nothing really particularly special about these things. The people here have been nice enough, but like you guys are relatively just left alone to your own devices. It's been a really boring trip. You don't have anything really particularly interesting. Some amenities, a lot of wine, a lot of bottles of wine. It's a very high class venue. If any of you guys have research, do any of you guys have a research roll? Or at least a research stat above like -1?
Nope.
I've got a +1, it looks like.
Wine is very flammable. Just in
I
case
have
you
a
ever need
one.
that.
Oh, that wine is flammable? That's what I...
Yeah.
That's what I needed
what you know.
intelligence to know, Connor?
Well, not really. I'm thinking like in a stressful situation, do you remember to take a bottle of wine for a possible Molotov cocktail?
I take a bottle of... Can I put a bottle of wine in my bag?
Sure.
I don't know if I'm going to use it for a Molotov cocktail, but maybe regular cocktail. Too stressful.
Oh yeah, there you go. Getting sloshed gives you a bonus for bravery.
Adding it to my inventory as bottle of wine, parentheses, flammable.
God damn. This is gonna haunt me. Alright.
I think Scooter will definitely take a bottle of wine. I have one in research as well. We'll probably won't use it for a Molotov. Have other plans for it possibly. So
Beautiful.
Connor,
Alright.
what kind of wine is it? Is it like a Sauvignon Blanc?
Oh.
Is it like
It's
a port?
it's a really nice red grown in the fields outside of Osmond Ward by a couple of vineyards. They're all automatons out there, so they might not necessarily have a very good grasp of what tastes good to human beings, but it's very expensive.
You know, good enough for me. Yeah, I guess I leave the room.
Okay.
Scooter will poke his head out of his room, see what he sees.
Okay.
Hero's gonna burst out the room.
The door just fucking rockets off its hinges.
As soon as you do that, James like pulls his gun on.
Hey, what's going on? Explosions.
I say, you just came bursting out of your room.
Yeah, explosions. You heard those, right?
I did. That's why I'm out here.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
let's-
startle a man.
Well, I didn't know you were here, and I'm okay with startling men. It's fine.
Scooter just kind of watching all this, realizing that these are my. I'm assuming we probably interacted a little bit, seeing as we're
You've even interacted a
their
little
cabin
bit.
mates. Okay. Seeing that it's them, I'll come out. Well, now, if I had my 2 cents, I think we're under siege of some sort now. That'd be my guess.
Let's go crack some skulls.
I like the cut of your jib there.
I suppose if we must. James is like this, very, very neat, fastidious little man in a bowler. He's a harp, so he's like a bird person. He's got these like orange and blue feathers kind of like on his face and on his head. Just to give a picture of this man. He does not seem to think very much of either of these two. Just off the bat.
Scooter is a Pygmalion, so what you see is kind of a skinnier, but yet still obviously stocky lava rock person. Very square jaw and a duster coat and no hat or anything because otherwise it would probably burst in flames. But
The other thing that you should take note of is he's at least 7 feet tall.
okay, 7
He
foot
is
tall.
sizable. He is essentially a rock giant, but
Okay,
slightly less bulky.
So just looking down at you guys.
I love that because the harps were listed as between 4 and 5 feet tall.
And Hero is a badgerfolk lupine. So probably about 4.5 feet tall, I would imagine. Not very tall. So we've got tall and small.
Just have
Love
this
it.
massive rock golem towering over the other two people in the
Just
group.
everyone else in this group is like hovering just above 4 feet.
And then here's me in the
We've got
cloud.
Scooter over here, just like can't fit through doors.
Has to actually crouch. Literally sets the floor on fire if he walks wrong. Rather interesting situation at best.
Part of the reason Scooter moves so slow is he kind of like has to tiptoe to make sure he doesn't set the floor on fire.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you walk with like every time that you walk somewhere you just see like embers coming off of him and he just panics. Is like, oh god. Starts like rushing around. The area that you guys walk out into, there's an initial like hallway and then there's a large iron essentially wall that blocks in all of the rooms just in case of an event exactly like this. And then you have essentially an iron double door that's locked and barred in front of you guys off to the left-hand side. Just to give you guys an idea of where you currently are. There's a portcullis in the middle of that door, just in case.
I think Scooter will go try to look out that porthole.
Okay. Make me a notice roll.
That's just 1d20 plus whatever.
Mhm.
So that's a +2. That is a 16 plus 2, so 18.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. You can see it is dark. It is probably around midnight, 1 a.m. And if you're looking out there, you start to become vaguely aware that there is 3 men on the other side of that door. One of them has what looks to be a bolt-action rifle. The other 2 seem to have what looks like revolvers, and they are opening and combing through a crate.
Can I tell about how far away they are from the door?
The deck itself is about 60 feet, so they'd probably be 20 feet away.
Okay. And you said there was 3 of them, right?
There are 3 of them. One is visible, the other 2 are like sort of half hidden behind this
Okay.
crate that's like probably 12 feet tall.
All right. Seeing this, Scooter will reply, now, I see about 3 fellers out this door here. Pretty sure they're not crew. It's a little dark out there. It's up to you if we want to go in guns blazing. And I twirl my revolver a little bit.
Don't need guns.
Well, you probably need guns with the portcullis.
If we could get the door open, just let me at them.
Is there a way to get the door open?
Yeah, it's unlocked. If you wanted to open the door right now, you totally could. It just seems like they haven't gotten around to like ousting the crew or passengers yet. Or maybe you've been, for some reason, looked over.
You know, I have a little fancy trick I like to pull on certain occasions. If I open the door, I can fire off a couple pop shots and kind of cover anyone who wants to get up close and give them the old what for with the 1-2.
Yeah, let's do it. Yo, yeah.
I think here and Hero just agree. He's going to try to open the door, and as he
Okay.
opens, I'm going to take 2 shots at
All right.
whichever guy's closest.
Okay, so please make me 2 attack rolls.
Okay, so that would be...
I guess I'm not sure about this being like a ruling, but I'm gonna allow like basically allowing up to all 6, but not necessarily 1 or 6, right? So you can do the 1 shot, you can do the 6 shots, you can do anything between that. Normally that's not how I do it on the testing bed, but I think that this makes for better entertainment, so let's just go with that.
You know what? Yeah, I will go ahead and just empty the clip.
Okay, 6 shots into a random dude. Make me
Turns out he was just another passenger.
yep. Make me 6 attack rolls.
So how many D20s is that?
Do you have any advantages to gunslinging?
You.
Oh no.
I have 2 advantage.
Oh god. So for every single one of those attack rolls, make 3d20, keep highest 1,
Okay, so here's the first.
plus your
Let me
bonus.
just. Okay, so first
Plus
highest
dexterity.
one plus my dexterity.
Mhm.
So okay, so I have a 2 advantage, and then I would add 6, right? Okay. So first one is a 22.
That'll hit.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll them all first, and then we'll go from there.
Yep.
Next
I'll
one.
start writing this down.
Next one is a 9.
That is a miss.
Okay. Next one is a 24.
That'll hit.
Next one is a 21.
That'll hit.
That should be That should have been the third one so far, right?
Right.
Fourth one is a nat 20 plus 6.
Oh god, alright, double your damage on that one. I'll put like an X to mark that down.
Okay, so fifth one is a 11.
That does not hit.
And the sixth and final one is a 24.
This is fucking unbelievable. Alright. Wow. Jesus. So, you hit 5 out of 6 shots, I think. Or 4 out of 6? One of those.
4 out of 6. And
4,
one of
6.
them was critical.
Okay. So you watch as this man pokes his head out the door, pulls his revolver out, and just fucking pegs this dude between the eyes, and he just goes down in a spray of blood. His companions look over to him like, oh fuck, and they start gathering their weapons together. You have a round of surprise, so if one of you guys wants to possibly go and make their proper attacks and stuff, I'll let that happen too. I'm just, after somebody moves again, this is a 12-second period that each of these turns occur over, versus where D&D is 6. So there's actual time for enemies to plan out their turns, and they can make a lot more complicated turns in this game, right? So what I'm gonna say is one more person can make an action, and then we get into initiative rolls.
Okay.
Is that cool?
I'm gonna cede that action to Hero because James doesn't seem like he particularly wants to go. Like, he's allowing it. He's not going to go
He's not in the fray.
Fair
shoot
enough.
someone unless he has to.
Yeah.
Whereas Hero is gonna run out of the door towards the.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I don't care.
Right. You dash over to the bastard.
I want to attack with melee, my claws.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Alright, so time to make some melee attacks using your brawl.
Okay, so it's close combat, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I have 4 advantages in close combat. I don't know what that means in terms
Fuck
of
'em
roll.
up. That
I think
essentially,
you roll 40 20s.
yeah. 4 advantages, so that's the base dice plus 4 additional. Do you really have 4 advantages?
I put them all in close combat.
That's batshit crazy. Alright, yeah. Roll 5d20, keep the highest one. And
Okay.
then add your close combat modifier.
Okay. Well, I
This-
did get a
this
natural
poor
20 for a
Oh my
20.
god. That hits. You want to roll your damage?
Sure do. All right.
Alright.
So, how does is it a crit or like?
It is
how
a
does
crit.
work?
It works similar to the standard D&D criticals. So in this case, roll double dice.
Okay.
That's 2 4s.
All right.
And do you multiply that times 2 or do you roll it again?
I'm gonna multiply it by 2.
Okay. So 8
That's 16 points of damage.
plus 4.
Right. So
Head
20.
off.
Yeah, you literally take this man's head and you pull it clean off in one fell like movement. And now his companions are like reconsidering their actions and they're slowly putting their revolvers away. I'm not even gonna roll initiative, they just fucking take off down the deck. Like they're like, nope. Just fucking dash. Suffice to say, you watch a dude like trip over his own 2 feet and his companion looks over him like, fuck you, buddy, and he just keeps going.
I don't gotta outrun them, I just gotta outrun you.
Damn fucking right. So, this is what I mean by enemies in certain combats will act realistically. If you see a dude just pull a dude's head off, you're going to probably want to run away.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. After
It's a
seeing a
little bit
one
more realistic that way. Yeah.
I love it.
Alright. So, I think that you guys are currently left on a relatively empty deck. You can see off in the distance through fog lights there is an enormous galleon sort of set up. It looks to be definitely not a assistance ship like a Wellerman. This is something fucking enormous. It probably has 20-30 cannons on either side. It has 3 large airship balloons that are sort of keeping it aloft, and it has what looks to be Magitech engines that are set on either side of it to give it extra speed. This thing is built for chasing down craft and annihilating. It is more a battleship than a merchant ship at this point.
What do you suppose? Some sort of pirates?
From my little experience, pirates don't usually have anything that big. Now, granted, I've only tussled with a pirate once or twice. What Scooter's gonna start kind of reloading his pistol as he takes a look inside the crate.
Good work. As you open the crate, this is one of the things that my testers never actually got to, but one of those minor notation things that gives a reason for these guys to be here. As you open the crate, you find an enormous Tesla cell. This thing is a large, brass-cased, magic-infused glass box.
You said Tesla saw?
It's a Tesla cell. So essentially, this is usually used in anti-air cannons, in mech walkers, in flying cities. These things are rare, they are extremely expensive, and they are usually used for warfare. This thing is filled with lightning. Normally, you can tell how charged a cell is by how bright the lightning is. This thing is just full to the brim with this stuff. This would be used for like a... there's a thing called a coast cracker. It's not very common, and it essentially is able to completely annihilate a city in a single shot. It's only been used once or twice, and only ever in a couple of major wars. This thing is big. It's not something that you would see on a normal airship.
Okay. So I'm assuming as I open it, like, light just pours out of it, right?
Yeah, like it fucking 60 feet of bright light, 60 feet of dim light. Like,
seeing how bright it is, I instantly shut the lid so not to kind of give away.
yo,
Are we like in the open air deck or?
you almost absolutely are.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, Scooter's definitely going to close it, not to be. Here's a beacon.
Yeah.
Come find us.
What we seem to have here is something very, very bad. You see, he's kind of like panicking a little bit, seeing what he just looked at.
What is it, man?
I believe it's a anti-air. Best I can say, it's probably a bomb of some sort. I'm not very well versed in such technological accoutrement, as they say, but it's definitely not a good thing. I recommend throwing it overboard, but that's just me.
Did they look like they were putting it here, or that they were taking it?
They were taking it. They were searching it. Actually, even another minor note here. These things have been here since you boarded.
Oh, okay.
Like, we've seen the boxes.
You've seen the boxes. You just never went and opened them because, like, it's the polite thing to do. But now that the fucking ship's going down, might as well, right?
Right. This is supposed to be a passenger ship, correct?
It is. It's normally supposed to be a passenger ship.
I think James goes over there and he, like, tilts the lid up to also look, and he's like, well, that shouldn't be there. Doesn't seem right. These men are in some kind of uniform, correct?
They are.
Is there, like, a roll I can make to see if I have any idea what it's a uniform for?
Make me a research roll.
I will make you a research roll.
I love that lore.
While he's researching that, could I take the gun the guy had that I shot in the head?
Yep. You take what looks to be a
Collecting guns.
blunderbuss.
Blunderbuss?
That'll be a 15.
15? So you don't think this is any particular ward's military? This is a third party. A very well-funded third party, but you don't quite think it's something from this province. If you make some random connections and you start thinking, there is a group called the Velvet Underground that exists in the setting. They are pirates, they are revolutionaries, they are warfighters, but they are all unconnected, and most of their organizations are just connected under the name of the Velvet Underground. These guys might belong to that.
Okay. Yeah, I pass this along to the others, sort of just that they're not from the wards, as far as I know, and then I would float the Velvet Underground thing.
Alright.
There's 2 dead guys by this crate right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Are they about the same size as my companions, or are they taller?
They're far taller. They're about 6 foot.
Okay, so much for that idea.
We could put it on you, and you'd have like a little midriff thing going on.
They start shoving pillows into the uniform to give them like a bigger belly.
I love it.
Bruh.
Now, I don't know about you two, but this what's in this crate, I don't know if maybe we could use it to get that big ship out of here, or if we should maybe try to
I would second that, yes.
Oh my
Correct,
God.
I would like to blow up that ship.
Well, man, I'm sorry I didn't get to know y'all a little bit better while we've been staying here. You're my kind of people.
I hate that you've said this.
Oh no.
In case I didn't introduce myself, my name's Shooter. But so let's figure out where should we aim. So could I open the crate a little bit to see if there's like a way to aim this thing?
It's an energy cell. So this is actually what we use to power the weapon, not necessarily the weapon itself.
Okay.
This would be a very large explosion though. Like if you thought that the engines exploding were bad or whatever the hell happened on the ship, you presume probably something happened to the engines. It's probably gonna put out 350, 400 foot wide blast.
Holy shit. Okay. How far away can we tell that galleon is?
So the ship itself is what's called a flying battleship, or
Okay.
like a flying fortress. At least this one. It's been modified for civilian use, so 3 or 4 of the decks are gone. But essentially, it's about 1,000 feet end to end. You're about 700 feet from this ship. Like it's at the very, very tail end of the ship itself.
Okay. So we would need to get to the end to be even closer.
Yep. And you don't know how many other people are on this deck.
How heavy is this energy cell?
It's heavy. It's brass and steel and glass. It would probably be... I'd probably say it weighs a ton.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have the strength for that. So
Yeah.
Oh, a literal ton?
Yeah, it would take essentially somebody with a mech suit or some kind of construct to pick it up and move it.
Well, they weren't going to get it out of here.
You never know.
I'm inclined to think that their intention was to shoot the cell, maybe cause some sort of calamity with it.
If they were going to shoot it, though, why bother boarding at all?
To make that is a fair point. Is there anything around we can hide the crate in, or like cover it with? I guess
Make a notice roll.
that is a 10.
There's a tarp over there. It's barely visible through all the fog, but there's a tarp.
Scooter's gonna grab the tarp and just throw it over the crate.
Not nearly big enough. It's
Okay.
like maybe 5 feet wide, 5 feet long, but like
Confidently, he puts
starts
it over
to-
there, out of sight, out of mind.
Are there any smaller crates?
there are a number of
Very
smaller
small.
crates.
Perhaps you could move some of those in front of it.
Oh, just me. You don't want to give a helping hand. I understand.
I will not be helping.
I'll start moving some of the smaller crates just to kind of.
Yeah, these are
My-
easy enough.
My tiny bones are hollow, Scooter. I do not know what you expect.
Drink. You need to drink some more bone enhancing milk, or if milk exists, I don't know.
Yeah, milk exists. Cows exist.
exists.
What's a cow? I've never heard of a cow before. These weird bovine things.
And then on the other dead guy, is he have a gun as well?
He does. He has a revolver.
Can I pick that? Oh yes, please. Can I please
You
pick
take
up the
the
other
revolver.
revolver? Okay.
James
God
is
help
just
me.
watching you loot these dead men with increasing disapproval. He doesn't say anything, but you just see his face getting more and more sour.
The poor man.
Can I do something weird?
Sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, these men are looting dead bodies, so why not?
Yeah, I'm
Don't say these men. It's just Scooter.
Oh yeah, just the guy.
I'm like a badger person. So can I
Yeah.
sniff one of these dead guys and like try to get a scent so that we can track
Yes.
down the rest of them?
You can.
Oh god, that's
The
great.
entire ship smells very similar to these guys if you start actually casting your senses around. There's a lot of people here.
Smells like
All of them are hidden in the fog.
lots of these. So we have to, I guess, take down a lot more of them.
if you think a little bit further, if the ships are going down, you guys do know from boarding the ship that there are escape pods, like essentially ornithopters, stored in the bottom of the ship. That would be probably the easiest way to get off the ship if you can sneak down there and take them.
Of course, you would need a member of the crew to unlock the doors for you and allow you through, though.
If we're under some sort of heist or holdup, as it definitely seems like, maybe we should make our way to the captain's deck office to try and figure out what's going on.
Another idea.
Perhaps it's worth a try. Probably a little more approachable in the current moment than shooting down their ship, which would still leave them on this ship.
That'd be rather funny. I've never even considered the idea of moving a 1-ton cell to a giant cannon and fucking shooting their ship into oblivion. That'd be amazing, though.
Look, we're gonna find a way.
You're gonna find a way.
That's the goal of this one shot, is to shoot their ship out of the sky. You think
I'm gonna make
crash it.
Scooter
We're gonna
find a
take it
way.
down with you.
You're gonna make Scooter find a way. I love it.
Oh, God.
James will supervise.
He just watches, disapproval on his face as he picks through the wreckage.
You'll never see this man look approving. It's just various levels of disapproval. When you're doing good, it gets back to neutral.
Every now and then, when Scooter sees your face sour, he'll be like, "Did you catch a whiff of something bad, or no? Okay. Hero, can you maybe point us in the direction of the captain's deck? I'm not sure if you can smell him or not."
I never smelled the captain. But it's this way, isn't it? This way towards the front? Isn't that how that works? That's what I put them.
This is only my first time on an airship, so
You would remember that you guys have a map that should be able to navigate you guys where you need to go. So where you guys currently are is, I would say, you're currently right above where engineering or the common area is. You'd be in that sort of area of the ship, and you're on the upper deck.
Yeah, let's go find the captain. Or whoever is threatening the captain and has probably killed him already.
There you go. So, are you guys gonna move on then?
yep.
Yeah.
All right. As you move on, you find yourselves walking down the walkway. You move down the gangplank, and there is, on your left, as you emerge onto the open upper deck, that is mostly used as like a ballroom area. There is an enormous, what looks very large floor of like very nice elaborate marble that's covered in a very thick fog, and beyond the fog you can see slight flames and men carrying backpacks sort of patrolling back and forth through the fog. Other guys with the flashlights sort of casting around. They're looking for something. On your left is a stairwell that leads down into relative darkness. It looks like the lights on the ship have actually gone out. You would know that this stairwell down leads to the crew quarters. You weren't really allowed, or at least to the crew deck. So you guys weren't really allowed down there, but I mean, now's the time.
I think avoiding whatever's going on over there is our best course of action. I think we got a little lucky earlier.
No luck. All claws.
I was about to say, I don't think it's luck that you put 6 shots into a man. I think you put 6 bullets into him and then he died.
Well, typically that is how guns work, James. But I'm saying there was only 2 of them, and the other one got scared. But there's a lot over here, and I only have so many shots. And no offense, I didn't see you really contribute to the violence and whatnot. So I'm not sure exactly what you're capable of just yet. So I'm trying to protect you.
For 6 shots, you could have shot all 3 of them twice.
And then deny Hero of ripping that head off so eloquently? I think not.
That was awful to see. That's going to give me flashbacks to the war.
Bruh. Yeah, this just in, freaking James over here is 2,000 years old. Nah, there are actual people who have lived through the last war, but it's mostly through cryogenic freezing. So if James is actually from the last war,
There haven't been any wars.
There have been no world wars. There have been a lot of border skirmishes.
Oh, well, that's a war.
Yeah, close enough, eh?
He's not 2,000 years old. Or is
Right.
he?
Or is he?
There
You'll
you
never
go.
know. You'll never find out.
It's rude.
He says, anyway, yes, it seems that it would probably be better to avoid whatever this is And I guess he starts towards the crew area.
Hey. As you enter into the crew area, Nikki.
Hey.
Yep. You exit out of the crew deck into relative darkness. Ahead of you, again, the captain's quarters. They only moved you a little ways. But as you get into this deck, you know that the way up leads to the passenger deck. You know that you can get into storage or engineering from here. It's kind of the crossroads towards the rest of the ship. You're very, very unsure if you're pretty sure the captain's dead. You're pretty sure it's not worth going into the captain's quarters. And as you look at it, it's like there's like a glowing blue board in front of the door. Probably not gonna be able to get in there. The man from before is gone.
So, how sure am I with the explosions that these were like this engine is going, or the ship is going down explosions?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. You'd need urgent repairs on this.
So my goal is to go to the engine room then to see if there's anything I can do to fix it.
Mm-hmm. So as you exit out of the kitchens, you end up in this four-way room, and you notice down the way is the engineering room. It is closed and it is locked off.
Well, good thing I have a keypad.
Exactly. So currently it is extremely heavily damaged, the door to the captain's cabin, from some kind of explosion. The door is covered in a glowing field of magic, impenetrable to all but someone skilled in using the ward spell. None of you guys are magicians, so that's not going to be useful. As the players do not likely have the ward spell at this level, the area is impassable for now, but through the window they can see a large hole inside of the ship and open air. Furniture has been thrown everywhere, the space is burnt to a cinder, and there is no sign of either man from before. To the east lies the storage bay where the crew armory typically is. It's barred from the inside, and through the frosted windows you can see the vague shape of men moving around in there. To the south, the engineer deck, that is where you are going to be going. As you move over towards the engineer's deck, Scooter, James, and Hero all make their way down the stairs, colliding with you in the relative shadowy darkness.
You are not crew. What are you doing in the crew's quarters?
Oh, you are crew. Excellent.
Yes, that's why I'm in the crew quarters.
The ship is going down.
Yes, that's why I'm going to the engineering room to try to fix it.
Oh, well then,
Hi, I'm May. Pleasure to meet you. But emergency. Let's walk and talk. Let's go to the engineer.
Scooter like tips his imaginary hat to you. The name's Scooter. We're looking to help any way we can.
Well, I'm not quite sure what you can do unless you have any engineering skills, but pretty sure the captain's dead, so...
I think it's mostly killing skills here. I'm a medic. Are you sure he's dead?
I saw him dead and then I passed out, which is strange. I don't usually pass out.
He kind of clocks the fact that she's an automaton and he thinks, yes, that seems unusual for certain.
Are the engine rooms exceedingly hot, or are they?
They're viable. They're able to be used relatively easily. It's relatively cold because it is a Magitech engine. A lot of engines inside the system are run off of power through either energy cells, Tesla cells, or steam power.
Right.
This ship runs almost entirely on magic cells.
Well, if anything, maybe the skills of myself and my badgering friend here can be escorting you from where you need to go to make sure you're able to do your engineering job.
I've never had an escort.
Well, consider yourself in luck today.
Interesting.
Okay. As we're walking and talking, Scooter's going to make sure the second revolver is loaded and ready to go.
It was not loaded, so you load that second revolver.
Ooh, good thing I said something.
Yep.
That would have been fun. Pull it out. Click.
Yep. The man was looking to threaten you, not kill you.
Oh, well, he chose violent. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, don't point a gun if you don't want to get shot. I don't know.
Exactly.
That guy.
Right.
Can I be like keeping a lookout for like any men down here
Sure.
while we travel?
Sure.
How dark is it that we're traveling in right now? Still pretty dark.
You can see maybe 5-6 feet in front of you. It's dark enough that. So one of the things that are like a quirk behind automatons is their eyes glow because they're a magic-based entity. So
May over here, her eyes are like a bright, like, what color are your eyes? What nature is your soul, essentially? Okay,
Purple,
so
always purple.
so she's like casting a dim light through her purple eyes, like glowing, but everything's down here. It's just like any lights that were here are completely off, so it's just her. It is eerie as fuck walking through here.
Question for you, Connor.
Yeah.
Badgers are nocturnal, so can I see
Yes.
them?
I actually didn't even consider that. Yeah, I'd say that you have. I'm gonna say that you can see relatively easily. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Would a walking lava person have a soft glow?
Very, very much. Yeah. If this was an all-human party, it would be a lot more difficult.
Okay.
But between the group of you guys, yeah, I would actually, now that I think about it, you'd probably be able to get through it.
Okay.
The Badger folk would be, it's messing with her head that there are all these different lights and there's also lots of shadow being cast everywhere, so it's kind of like messing with you, but it's relatively okay as long as you keep focused. Eventually, you do manage to reach the engineer's door. It's blocked off. There's a blast door that has been sealed. There is what looks to be a keycard slot on the left-hand side of the wall. And the keycard slot seems to be in good working order.
I swipe my key card.
There is a faint beeping sound, think Metal Gear Solid, like opening one of the strut doors on Metal Gear Solid 2, and the door slides open. You find yourselves walking out into the engineer's deck. So on the map that you guys can see, you are currently around Engine 3 and Engine 4. You are on the upper engineering deck. Each section contains 2 workrooms, you would know, a hallway to connect them, cutting through the main crew deck, and 2 engines. The things that crewmen will need to do here is to check on the engines, so yeah, that's pretty obvious. As you sort of walk through the deck and you make your way towards the main workroom and then on towards the engine room, you find yourselves looking at the door here is fucking mangled. Somebody has desperately tried to get through here. They've failed horribly and they've obviously run off. The engines beyond, though, glass is shattered and there is a hole in the side of the engine. You can see turbines like rapidly spinning, but it's not connecting up to the main axle. So it's like spinning its gears and nothing is happening. And there is a slight fire beginning to spread on the inside of the engine. You could probably fix it, but you would need to be very quick. And you would also need to break down the door.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Fire, we need to put out the fire. We need to get in there. Somebody, I am not strong. I'm tiny.
With a fire, I can withstand the fire naturally. So I can
Can you put it out?
I can try.
That's something if we can get through the door. He looks towards Hero, this tiny badger.
Question, Connor, real quick before
Yeah,
we decide
yeah.
to break open the door.
Yeah.
So, as a Pygmalion, I have Blast of Brimstone. Could
You
that
do.
essentially be used as like a counter blast to put out the fire? Ah,
I think. Okay, so remind me the exact terminology of Blast of Brimstone, as well also for the viewers here.
so Blast of Brimstone. As an action, you may make an attack roll with your Constitution modifier or Strength modifier, forcing a blast of heat and ash from within your body. Enemies within 10 feet take 1d6 damage are burned for 1d2 turns, taking 1d4 damage every round. You can use this ability a total number of times equal to your Constitution modifier per day.
Okay, I would say that if you throw a fire at a fire, the fire is probably going to go out, but the other fire will take hold. The question is, how strong is the fire?
Yeah.
I'd like to think that the Blast of Brimstone would probably actually make it worse at this
Okay.
point. There is a very rapid amount of wind flying by right now, so what probably is ending up happening is if you're not careful, you're going to end up in a situation where this fire is just going to grow. It's
Okay.
going to feed off the oxygen and get even worse.
I can, like I said, I can walk inside and try to put it out slowly and surely. I tend to get buffed up when I'm in high heat situations, personally. So if we want to open the door, I can give a whack at it, per se.
Would I know of a sprinkler system?
There would be a sprinkler system, and in fact, it should have started the moment that the engines went down.
We can try to find a reason why the sprinkler system was disabled.
It would be inside of the workroom on your left or right.
I'm gonna do that first because that seems like
Yep.
the most prominent issue.
Does anybody else in the party, before she opens that door, want to do anything? Because this is going to lead to some other stuff too.
I'm good.
Yep. Okay. So you guys make your way into one of the workrooms. As you enter this space, there are two very large energy cells that you can see. Those are powering the engine. If you cut them off, the engine will die immediately, which is probably not something you want to do. They're hooked up, and you can see like very thick cables running into the floor and like underneath it. Those would hook up to the engine. You can see 3 large bookcases that are filled with like journals and diagrams and work logs. You can see a series of crates in the top right-hand corner of the room, and 4 what look to be large breakers. And then finally, you see a number of work tables. The breakers connect up to the sprinkler systems, and what looks to be all of the breakers have been shut off. And in fact, somebody has thrown a wrench through one of the breakers, which is to the lights on the ship.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to use a wrench.
Yeah.
I wince and pet my wrench slightly and go, "It's okay. Nobody will hurt you." And then I will flip the other 2 breakers that are turned off that aren't broken.
Okay. On the above decks, you can hear the sounds of like generators turning on above you. Those will probably end up turning on the lights to the like passenger quarters, and it'll also turn on probably fog lights, so you'll be able to see a little bit better above deck now. In addition, you hear the sound of water flowing through the ship, and you hear a sprinkler system attempt to start outside, fail, sputter, and then actually start. The amount of wind is probably going to make it very difficult for the sprinkler system to actually hit the fire, but I mean, it's better than nothing.
It's part of a solution.
I can open the door.
Go ahead.
Can I spend 1 grit to clear a blockade using heroics?
Normally heroics only activates when you're in a really dangerous situation. It actually gives you a point of grit for clearing a blockade. But
Okay.
I would say that if you make a strength check, you're going to be able to clear that blockade relatively easily. You can probably punch a hole through that door.
Let's make a strength check.
All right.
That is 15.
15. You slam into the door, and there is a loud, like, ear-shattering clang as she rams into this thing. It starts to squeal as the frickin' lock holds back the hinges from turning, but it's still locked up. You would need to make one more strong hit at it.
I'm gonna back up and run at it again.
All right, another strength check.
Ooh, that is a 19.
And that does it. You fling yourself through the door. There is a crash and a bang as the door is ripped off its hinges. Immediately the wind catches the door and it flings it out across the side of the ship, and it slams into the side of the deck. You can see that it like pulls off like some of the plating on the ship, and it just flings off into the distance.
And I turn around and I say, "Door open."
Good job.
Is there any sort of cloth or I guess we got the sprinkler system working, didn't we?
The sprinkler system is working, but the water is it's shooting out, angling slightly, and barely getting like the edge of the fire. It probably would be enough given enough time, but it's very highly inefficient.
Is there any sort of tarps or anything where we're at again?
Yeah, there's probably a bunch of workers stuff if you check the tables. Do you want me to roll me investigation?
Yeah. So that was a natural 20.
Oh,
Nice.
shit. Nice. Okay,
21 total.
right. So, as you're searching these workrooms, you find 2 placeboionic draughts. So these weird tinctures made of brass with like a glass plating, like a faintly green herbal color to them. You find 2 more flashlights, and you find an explosive. This explosive is hand-wired. You can tell that this thing is what's called a hand fist charge. These are used in like industrial clearing operations. They're used to bring down buildings. Somebody has hand-built one of these things in extremely intricate clockwork. it would probably work, but it's using such an odd combination of work that it's not something that you'd see except for like a master clockworker.
Can I tell that it's armed or anything?
It is armed. If somebody wanted to use this right now, they totally could.
Okay.
You also find a notebook,
Okay.
and you also find your tarp. That's fine.
All right. I'm gonna, May. You might want to hold on to this, and I hand you the explosive, just for a moment. It'll probably come in handy. And I'm gonna take the tarp, and I'm gonna go towards the fire and try to start like smothering it, basically.
Okay. Do you want to make me like a dexterity check? I guess the wind is picking up the tarp and dragging you around.
Okay.
Is the fire?
Is the fire hot enough where I would be able to gain some temporary hit points?
It would. You gain 1d10 temporary hit points.
Okay, so that is 4 points of temporary HP. So I'm at 30 HP, sweet. So dexterity check. So just straight dexterity? Okay, so that is a 21.
You managed to smother the fire.
Sweet, awesome. Fire is under control, May. You may proceed.
I will walk into the room then to try to determine what the easiest way to get anything broken back online. Like, what's the most imperative?
The most imperative is honestly probably getting that clamp to attach to the axle. In order to do that, you're going to need to adjust several pieces of clockwork, and you're also going to need to adjust several hydraulic systems. So make me an engineering check with it's in the dark, however there's light everywhere. If you have a person with
I
you,
have glowy eyes.
Yeah.
So.
I'd say make it with advantage.
You said engineering?
Engineering, yes.
So I have advantage, so do I have 3 die then?
You have double advantage. Yep.
Natural 20 for a
Hell
24.
yeah. All right, you skillfully start adjusting various different mechanisms, and it all sort of clamps together in a very loud smack. And then the entire mechanism automatically closes, like a door locks into place, slides into place in order to clamp together, and the entire engine starts rotating rapidly. You see off towards the side of the engine, there's like a little indicator, and 5 blue lights slowly flash on and then hold steady. So the left engine has been restarted.
Hooray! That's 1 engine down.
1 engine down. As this happens, there is another very loud explosion, and ahead of you, 1 engine just straight up detonates.
Rude.
We should probably get rid of this explosive.
Yep.
We could always try to throw it at the big ship.
You're very determined with that.
That would do some damage. If you want to do it, go ahead.
I don't have it. May has it. So,
I would have placed it down so I could work on the engine.
How far away is the big ship from
Big
where we are
ship
now?
is like, okay, you're on the opposite end of the ship.
Okay. Well, here's my question. I don't think any of us can throw it that far.
yeah.
I can, however, fly briefly for like just a little bit. I don't know if I can make it all the way to that big ship.
Yeah,
Could we just throw it overboard?
you probably could. Survival idea.
Just getting it off the ship's totally fine by me, personally.
May, as a quick side note,
Mm-hmm.
you would know she isn't the type of person to do this, but another crewman by the name of Rosanna Sigsmith probably is the person who made these. She was one of the head engineers on the ship, and she actually ran most of the engine rooms around here. Or like she was sort of the one who you went to when there was serious trouble.
I think she made the bombs.
Not something that she would do normally, though. This is a very out of character thing.
I am deeply concerned and slightly disappointed, I say out loud.
Just no prior context. Just like, I am deeply disappointed.
And James says, "Me as well."
I mean, I think we are all disappointed the ship going down.
I think I know who planted it or created these bombs, and I am confused as to why they're in the engine, the place that she holds closest to her heart.
Are you suggesting maybe she's a spy of some sort?
Or someone planted them, not her, and she just made them, and it's a very strange coincidence.
Perhaps she was lied to or was in duress. I'm going to get rid of this bomb.
Yes, please.
And I guess I fly out the hole with it.
Oh god. Okay. As you attempt to fly,
And now they plummets to you.
can you make me a dexterity save?
It's fast enough wind that jumping up and like into this thing, the wind starts to try to catch you and pull you away.
Okay. Is it a 6?
Do you want to grit that?
What does grit do?
Grit is a resource used in Osmond Ward to represent the player's luck, control over their environment, and willpower. Grit is an extremely important thing, allowing players to reroll dice, add dice to the rolls, do all kinds of extra abilities and effects. You cannot use grit when rolling resistance, blah blah blah. It regenerates 1d4 every 4 hours until the rest of the players take.
In this situation, what do I do with the grit?
So if you use your grit in combat or out of combat, you can spend 1 point of grit right now to take 10 instead of a skill roll, or you can spend 3 points to take 15 instead of a skill roll. If you use 2 points, you can re-roll a check.
Seems like using for the 15 would be probably good.
Yep.
I'm okay parting with that much grit.
Okay, use 3 grit and you roll a 15. So the wind immediately catches you and you find yourself spiraling, and then you sort of barely straighten out properly. You find yourself like hovering, but you very nearly just got thrown into the engine coil.
Okay, well would have been bad.
That would have been bad. Yeah, a little bit.
That would have been fried bird.
All right, I guess. Oh, if I throw the bomb out, will it also get sucked into that engine coil?
If you angle it right, no.
Okay, I'm just gonna toss it somewhere it's safe and away.
Roll me a dexterity check. I'm curious.
Oh no!
Don't roll again.
God, Connor, I thought we were friends.
Yup. Oh, I'm the world weaver right now, boys.
You're not going to like it, guys.
Okay.
Well, this one felt like fun. Down with the ship we go.
You're not gonna like what I just did. It's a 1.
No.
Well, good, because I was just making it. You roll it to stress you out and confuse you. It's fine. You throw it away.
Rude.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, you throw it out and it cascades out into open air. It starts to angle towards the engine, and then rather than getting pulled in, it just gets slingshot off into the distance. You see the faint glint of metal as it collides into the ocean, and it just disappears.
Anybody who is physics expert is going to probably just like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, I know it's not how it works. But I
Nikki's
like
getting
badass
all
things.
kinds of emails now.
Yeah.
All the
Like,
emails
I teach
from
physics at Harvard, and
Bruh. I'm sorry, I don't know how physics work.
That's
I
okay.
see
C plus my
magic.
mathematics course.
Physics are magic here. I return into the ship.
Beautiful. Oh my god, I'm gonna need to really. I'm gonna have to answer to some questions from my players. One of them's a physics fucking professor. So yeah, you return to the ship. It's fine. The ship is fine. There's nothing terrible going on. The ship is not plummeting into the sea.
Well, while this is happening, can I start working on the other engine? Or was the other engine officially destroyed?
The other engine is about on the other deck. So what you would need to do is you would need to go through the current engine room. You would need to go across the hallway, cut across the crew quarters through like a small like access room, essentially. And then you need to get into the other engine room and start that engine. So essentially it'd be a little bit of walking.
I just fixed engine 3.
Yeah, you just fixed engine 3. You need to travel across the ship to get to engine 4.
And we saw engine 2 detonate, right?
Yep, you saw engine 2 detonate.
Okay.
All right, let's go. May will just go. If we go this way, there is a fourth engine in this direction that I would like to fix before it explodes.
Your escort will follow you where you go.
Okay.
Spins the gun a little bit.
Oh, I have one of those, and she pulls out her revolver.
Oh, that's a mighty fine piece of shooting iron you got there, May.
I killed 2 people with it in the kitchen because they locked me in an oven.
Oh, well, I killed one because I didn't like the look of him.
He used all 6 of his shots to kill 1 person.
That seems
Effective.
inefficient.
Inefficient.
Or was it incredibly effective?
He is dead. I can confirm that. I mean, I saw Hero. She didn't even need to use shots. She pulled a man's head off.
I killed 2 with 1 bullet each.
I was gonna say, look at the guns she's got on her arms.
Those are not guns. I'm confused.
They're very impressive.
Hero just bares her teeth. in
All
like a very creepy smile.
I am still confused.
He's not trying to be
We won't be exchanging phone numbers after this.
Oh god. So as you guys make your way over to engine block 2, you pass through the engineering bay, you move into a very long, narrow hallway full of various different breakers and electrical components. It's dark in here, and you can see that certain components are sparking. Somebody's taken a wrench to these too. As you sort of cross through into engine block 2, the announcement system, like the PA system, sort of crackles to life, and you hear a man's voice coming from it.
Is this thing on? This is Ivan, leader of the Unbarons. I mean you all no harm, but you must surrender yourselves and come out peacefully. Our crew will take you to our fort and you will be given work. I repeat, no harm shall come to you. If you should be thinking about escape, please by all means attempt it. I look forward to the oncoming battle if you do, and I await you at the bridge. Have the key necessary to board the escape craft. Do your best to entertain me.
The PA system cuts out, and then you hear again, like, the sound of men chuckling, like laughing above deck. You move through into engine block 2. The workrooms are much identical, and the same thing with the engines. The engine here is actually in working order. You take note of, like, it's in perfect condition. One of the very few that hasn't been gotten to yet.
Hooray, my engine, it's perfect. Is there a bomb attached to it?
There is not. However, you see a man with a rifle attempting to open the door right now with a wrench. He is taking a wrench and beating the shit out of it.
Can I immediately shoot him?
Go ahead.
I just go, excuse me, you can't do that, shoot.
What? Fuck.
That will be a 24.
24? Okay, that definitely hits. Do you want to roll damage?
4 damage.
Wow, alright, let me roll 2d8 to see how much health this bastard has. You do not kill him. He
Oh,
takes the
darn.
bullet. He takes the bullet in like the right arm and he stumbles back and he looks at you. He's like, "Oh, you bastard, you're gonna regret that."
Can I shoot a second time? Because I can
Yep.
shoot up to 6 times.
I was about to say, can Scooter shoot with her, but I'll let her.
Or-
I'll let
or
her handle
Scooter
this
can
one.
shoot. That one is a 17.
Alright, that definitely still hits.
Another 4 damage.
He goes down. He's like, "Oh, you bastard, you're gonna regret." And then just sort of collapses against a wall and slowly slumps.
This is what happens when people threaten my engine. This is not okay.
I appreciate the efficiency.
Scooter will go up and pick his rifle.
You would notice as he slumps a pair of grenades fall out of his open hand and clatter against the ground.
I'm glad he didn't get a chance to use those.
That would have been very unfortunate. If he had rolled properly on initiative, that would have hurt. So yeah, engine block 2 is fine.
Hooray!
So engine 4 though, right? Is the one we're at.
Yeah, you're at engine 4.
Okay.
I made this
Scooter
very
would like
confusing.
Scooter would like to pick up the rifle the man dropped.
Okay, yep, this is a bolt action rifle. Or, not a bolt action, it's a lever action rifle.
I will refill my ammo.
Okay, yep, you do that. Going into the workroom here, there are a few various different ammo boxes and stuff set up nearby. Just in case crewmen ever get into an exact situation like this. It seems like they've been preparing for a very long time for this exact situation. Refill your ammo.
How convenient.
So is there like blunderbuss ammo and
Yeah.
rifle ammo?
Yep. There's ammunition for each of the various different kinds of like standard weapons. So you have like a standard 45 ammo, you have standard 9mm ammo. Like what you would have in the late 1800s before you get into like really fancy stuff, right?
Okay.
The era of the jet bullet, suffice to say.
Okay, I just have 2 revolvers right now.
Yep.
As we're going through refilling our ammo and hearing that intercom system. You know, I don't like it when someone offers a challenge per se. It's kind of hard not to be itching for a fight myself. Just so y'all know.
Well, this isn't his ship to command, so he is not my leader, therefore I don't have to listen.
Well, shouldn't we remove him from his position then?
Yes.
But obviously, we want to be staying afloat first. That is most important. I definitely agree. May, how many engines? Because we saw one blow up. I'm assuming the ship will be okay with 3 engines. Yes.
It will be inefficient, but yes. It'll be at a slight tilt forever.
All we really need to do is to be able to land, I would think. Should be sufficient for that, I hope.
We would also need somebody who knows how to actually fly the ship, because that is not something that I mean, I could probably figure it out. I'm rather intelligent being a mechanic automated entity, but that is not really my specialty. AKA, I have a +4 in intelligence and nothing else.
Bruh.
I can give it a try.
I've never flown a ship before, so I'm more of a natural flyer.
That's fair.
One of the things that you guys would also take note of, Osmond Ward, Dunn Ward, and Ali Ward are all wards that have very heavy ornithopter presence. Ornithopters are the Studio Ghibli machines that are essentially airplanes, but they have bug wings, and they're usually 1 or 2 people. I don't know. Think Castle in the Sky Laputa. They're essentially like those. They're little airplanes that fit 1 or 2 people. They have 4 wings and they are relatively easy to control. Those are almost as common as motor cars in this world, and they are used very commonly to navigate the desert or the wasteland. Just general context for the world, because somebody here has probably actually flown one before.
Okay.
Can't be that much harder, can it?
It probably gets harder if you're talking about the whole airship, though.
Yeah,
Just a smidge.
it's fine. It's fine. You just gotta run back and forth across the entire deck multiple times.
It's like when you rent a moving vehicle, like a van or something, and you're like, it's just so much bigger than I'm used to. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yup. Honestly. What are you guys' plan? You have open access to this map. You don't quite have any other where to go.
I would like to go to Engine 1.
Okay. So, if you want to go to Engine 1, the thing that you're going to need to keep track of, you would know as a crew member, the crew deck extends the entire length of the ship. It is an enormous area. There are parlors, there's an armory, there's an extremely long hallway, and there's just a shit ton of rooms all along the outer edges. If you're to get to Engine 1, you need to pass through the crew deck, go under the passengers' cabins, go to the maintenance bay, and then move to the right, or to the left. So that entire process would take you probably about half an hour.
This is a very badly designed ship.
It's a poorly designed ship, but it's also a luxury ship, right? It's meant to be that the ship is just basically mostly for passengers, and they didn't really give too much attention to crew members and their ease of movement.
So May will say, it'll be about 30 minutes walk to the other engine because the person who designed the ship is not intelligent and did not take into consideration the need of the crew and only the need of people on the ship visiting. And I will emphasize this is not an insult on whoever actually created the ship at a game.
Nah, it's fine. I'm kind of a dumbass when it comes to ship design.
Your 4 engines are in 4 different quadrants of your ship.
That's precisely the point. It's almost like this was intentionally meant to go down. Alright, so are you guys going to head for the crew deck, or are you guys going to head above deck? Do you think you probably could get there that way? Or are you gonna, what are you gonna do?
Would I know if it's faster to go above deck?
Faster, but far more dangerous in this particular situation.
Do you want the speedy but dangerous or the slow but safe route?
Dangerous.
I think expedience is our best option, personally. Yeah, because I personally don't want to fall out of the sky.
Quicker is better.
You are also over an ocean, in terms of my like general detail here, and the oceans of Noctis are home to leviathans.
Oh god. And also, if you can't tell, me and water probably are not the best combination. So I would really like not to plummet to my watery grave.
Seems like you'd sink immediately in the water.
Exactly. I cannot swim. Plus, I would get rather cold.
Yeah, that would hurt, wouldn't it?
We could also look for a personal ship to escape from, but if we don't kill off some of the members of the not crew that are trying to become the crew, then we might be shot out of the sky and die either way.
Let's get them.
As you guys make your way up onto the upper deck, it is still very dark, but there are now floodlights on. You can see as you exit out onto this deck area, all of the crew members are like illuminated amongst this like gray fog, like all of the people in red uniforms, and they're all sort of like looking around and like chatting with each other. They've turned off their flashlights and they're sort of picking their way through. If you want to start making some stealth rolls or hide rolls.
Okay.
How many people are there?
Oh, there's like 40 or 50.
Oh god.
However, there's also several dozen large series of crates all throughout this place. It looks like they're either taking all the cargo on the ship and moving it to their ship, or they're looting through all the different cargo crates and looking for something.
Okay. Are we like on top of the deck now, or are we still kind of like moving up?
Yeah, I'm just kind of skipping over all of the like.
You're going up the stairs.
But if you want to do something, go ahead.
Scooter would definitely just make sure that the blunderbuss is loaded, the rifle's loaded, everything's
loaded.
locked and loaded.
Yep, everything's loaded.
That's all. And I rolled a 13 on my hide.
Oh boy.
I rolled a dirty 20.
14 on my hide. I have 2 to
14
hide.
is better.
I'm tempted to use some grit to take a 15,
I got a
Okay.
6.
but
Here's 6.
19 for James.
James is a 19. Oh man, it might be a thing that James's Scoot helped Hero survive this.
Dirty 20 for May.
May has a 20. Interesting. Alright, so what ends up happening here is as you guys are sort of navigating through the fog, Hero's just making very loud noises as she like stomps around. Like she keeps tripping over parts of the deck because the fog is hiding it. Like she can't see her way through, so she like runs into a crate and gives a loud yelp. But like all of you guys are like stifling her mouth or like like making sure that she steps over lightly, like catching her the entire time. I'm gonna start making some notice rolls. This is gonna be a very quick way to get around because this skips an entire section of the adventure module here. But it should be easy enough to make this work. Oh. Never mind. As you get about a third of the way across the deck, you guys pass beyond what looks like this massive ballroom. You enter into what looks like a lounge, almost. And as you're walking across the lounge flooring, you trip and knock something over, and immediately 3 men turn to look at you. Raising their rifles, they bring a whistle to their lips. Please roll initiative.
oh. Can grit be used to get advantage on initiative? Just kidding.
Yeah, somebody rolled a 15, so they caught Scoot and Hero.
Oh man, I got an 8 on initiative.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Oh, and these guys have rolled nothing below a 16. Okay.
Oh,
I got a
God.
19.
Okay. Give me a quick second to see what these guys rolled. 16. Okay. So what did everybody roll?
Scooter rolled an 8.
Oh boy. James?
Got a 23 for James.
Good. Perfect. May?
9.
This is gonna be interesting. And Hero?
19.
19. Good. Okay. Half of you guys are able to react to this in time. Okay. James, you move first. Barely.
Okay. So the situation is that some people have noticed Scoot and Hero, right?
Yep.
How many people?
3.
Okay, I'm gonna need I know that turns work a little bit. They're a little complicated for me. Can you run me
Right.
through how many people can I shoot in a turn?
So in Osmond Ward, a turn counts as 12 seconds and allows for a number of complicated movements and actions, allow for heavy tactical advantages in combat. So the initial action in Osmond Ward takes 6 seconds. During this turn, you can move up to 30 feet, you can make an attack, you can throw 2 unarmed punches, you can run, you can climb, and you can do any other general thing as an action. Think D&D 5e actions. The secondary action is 4 seconds. They can make an attack as secondary action if item allows for that. They can use a magic item. They can cast a spell with 1 cost. They can use a tincture. They can throw a weapon. They can move an additional 30 feet. That kind of stuff. And then tertiary actions are very specific to items, pretty much.
Okay, so unless something says you have a tertiary action, I don't need to worry about that.
For the most part, yeah. You can hide, you can move into cover, that kind of stuff. Pass on to a player.
I have a revolver.
Okay.
Do I get the initial and the secondary attack with a revolver, or no?
It doesn't say that you can make an attack as a secondary action, does it?
I don't know. Why are you quizzing me, Connor?
Because I feel like it.
Let me find it.
Search, revolver,
Gun.
chambered.
Well, the revolver is the one that you can shoot up to 6 at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have been giving Scooter so much shit. I'm not gonna put bullets in a guy.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
so
perfect.
yeah,
Be a
no,
hypocrite.
it's unless you have a savage revolver, you cannot do that.
Okay, but because you can shoot multiple times with the revolver,
Mhm.
for just one target, would I be able to
Pump and full.
put as many
yes.
bullets in him as it takes to kill him?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Make 6 attacks.
Well, do you have to use all? If you like,
Oh.
can you say I shoot once?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not dead. I shoot again. Oh, he's not dead.
Yeah.
I shoot again.
Okay.
I'd say that's fair. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, then I'm just gonna shoot a fool, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
Let me figure out how to do an attack, which I have not done so far. It has.
this is one of those things where this system was originally designed for Discord. So playing it in real life, occasionally there are weird quirks that would normally work very well with Discord that make it more difficult. For those viewers who are like confused about what's going on here.
Okay, so oh boy, that's just gonna be a D20 plus my like bonus. Correct.
Yes.
If you're a gunslinger, if you have that.
Do you have
Yeah.
advantage to gunslinging? You have advantage to
I
gunslinging, so
do.
roll 2 dice, take the highest, and add your dexterity modifier, which is, I believe, a +3 on you.
Okay, that first one's a 9.
+3, that's 12, that does not hit. Want to roll again?
Okay. Yep, I'm gonna do some more bullets on this fool. Okay, this next one is 21 total.
That hits. Roll damage. I guess don't roll damage yet.
Okay,
It's
well,
fine. I'll mark that
let me
down.
put a second bullet in him.
Okay.
Alright, and then that one's hold on, the last one was a 22. Not that I think it matters, I just realized I'm
No,
back.
it doesn't matter.
This
Let's be
one's a
entirely clear.
21.
Right.
I'm
Okay,
like,
that works.
wait, how's 18 plus 3 21 if 19 plus 3 was 21?
Jesus.
Okay.
Alright.
I think at this point I am gonna roll damage. I'm just gonna do those 3 shots.
Okay. Roll some damage.
Okay. Let me
D4
find
per
damage.
attack.
D4 per attack. Certainly.
Because you have crack shot, I believe that also gives you +2 damage.
So it's a D4 plus 2?
Yep.
Okay. So the first shot is 6 damage. And the second shot is 4 damage.
Yep, you kill him. You peg him between the eyes once again. He goes down. So that's your first kill. Is there anything else you want to do using your secondary, your tertiary, etc.?
No. I'm
No,
just killing
you're
him.
just gonna. Fair enough. So next up we have Hero, who is tied with the enemy. Can Hero? What is your dexterity?
I have a 10.
So does the enemy. What is your intelligence?
Oh, a 7.
Yeah, the enemy goes first. Okay. So let me entirely be clear here. He has an advantage to hit. So does a 9 + 2 hit?
Me?
Yeah.
No, it does not.
Good. Does a 2 + 2 hit? No. Okay. So in that case, he takes 2 shots with a revolver, missing you both times, swears under his breath, promptly hides behind a crate, and he's like, "Alright, boys, weapons up!" And that's his turn. Next up, we have Hero.
Who had the? I want to attack the one who had the whistle.
Oh, good. Very good idea. Okay.
So are they next to each other?
They're spread out. They're a little more intelligent than that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go for the one with the whistle, and I'm
Alright.
gonna make post-combat roll, and I roll a bunch of d20s.
Yup. Just an absolutely ridiculous number.
Just empty out the whole bag.
So basically, highest roll is a 25.
That definitely hits.
Okay. And that is one of my attacks. Since I'm using my fists, I get to do 2.
Okay, yep. Make another.
Well, I'm gonna do damage first because if it kills him, that is 8 damage.
I'm just gonna roll. Yeah, that doesn't kill him. He's on 4.
Okay. All right, then I will
Just
get
a
him
little
with
hardier.
my other attack.
Right.
That is 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okie doke. And that is max damage. That is 12 total.
Fucking hell. Okay, so you peg him in the face, he looks at you, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And you then grab him and throw him into a corkscrew across the deck. He's very dead. Very, very, very dead.
I hiss.
There was a lot of blood. I'm gonna. Do you want to roll me intimidation?
Sure.
Or roll me a charisma, I guess.
Charisma. Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah.
I'm not very charismatic, so it's 15 minus 1 for 14.
That's probably still enough. They look a little panicked. So that's all that's gonna happen for now. They're gonna be a little panicked. But is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I did a murder.
Perfect. Always like to do a murder. Okay. Next up we have the 18 enemy. So the other enemy now, he looks at you, he's like, he looks at his companions, the companions look back at him, he looks back at them, they look back at him, slow nod, he raises his hands slightly and slowly puts down his weapon. He's like, "Don't do anything."
I hiss again.
He shrinks back. He's like, "Captain's a fucking madman. They dragged us into this against our will. Please don't."
And I just look back at my companions like, what are we gonna do?
If you stop what you're doing, we could take care of the captain.
Here's the deal. He looks uncomfortable and sort of glances back at the rest of his crew, who glance back at him again, very quietly, shitting themselves in the corner. He pulls out a chair and sort of sits down quietly. The captain has fanatics that control things around here. They're the original members of his crew. If we get out of line, they will kill us, without exception, without hesitation. We aren't willingly in the crew. Often what he does is he captures a ship, he conscripts them onto his crew, and he doesn't let them leave. He regularly raids ships along the coast, and that is how he builds up his forces. Ivan is not a very nice man. He sort of nods to himself a few times. We can distract them, give you an opening. We can possibly blow the whistle, direct them away from you for the moment. Make up some story about there being other crewmen on the ship. It would allow you to get closer. I wouldn't be able to do much else for you there. There are eyes everywhere around here. Is that viable?
Has Engine 1 been affected yet or targeted with your explosives?
He glances around and he says, "I'm going to go for my radio. Is that all right?"
Why?
I'm going to ask about the status of Engine 1.
Do you have the power to ask those questions?
No.
Then would that not be suspicious?
I'm also expendable enough. They're probably not going to care.
Proceed.
I'll shoot you in the face if you lie.
Just pause and a slow nod. Grabs the radio. Presses it down. Can I get a status report on Engine 1? This is Engine 4 maintenance. Pause. His response like,
Engine 1 is being prepped for explosive charges. T-minus about 15 minutes. Why?
he clicks down the radio. I spotted some crew around the crew deck. They seem to be attempting something. Pause.
Why can't you just deal with that on your own?
Don't know, mate. There's about 10 of them. Another pause.
We'll send some men. There's enough of us here that it won't be a problem.
Righto. And he puts away the radio quietly. Glances around at you guys. That enough?
We need to get there right now.
Yes, this plan satisfies me.
Where is your false captain staying right now?
He is watching the escape craft. He has a woman by the name of Rosanna, who is assisting him in navigating the ship.
My purple eyes glow red for a moment, and then they go back to purple.
He begins to sweat ever so slightly. What are you planning on doing?
Stopping the explosion of Engine 1 as soon as possible. We got to go now.
Make your way to the left. There's a stairwell that leads down to the maintenance room. Should be locked off, but if you have a Class 2 keycard, you can get in there. He pulls out what looks to be a bag and sort of rifles through, pulling out a keycard and throwing it to you.
Is it different than my engineer one?
It is an Engineer Class 2 keycard.
I just give it to one of the others.
He nods once. Good luck down there. Don't die horribly. Captain will kill me. He chuckles to himself quietly, and then you can see he's like, oh fuck, my life's over, isn't it? But then, yeah, are you guys gonna make your way?
Yep.
Making our way.
Okay. You start running.
That's all we can
So-
say. No more.
Yeah, that would be really bad. Do you guys want to make a run like hell check?
Yeah.
Sure.
They essentially are for when a situation calls for fast movement with a time limit or other such ability situation, I bring Acing to something called Run Like Hell. Run Like Hell checks are made with, I believe, your dexterity. And for every success, you get a little bit further. For every failure, bad things start to happen.
So if we have I have a disadvantage on Run Like Hell. So
Yep.
that's, I roll 2d20s, take the lowest,
Yep.
and still add my modifier like normal.
Yeah, you still add your modifier like normal.
Okay. So that, my lowest, so I got a 9 for my lowest on the first one.
Okay, 9.
Big 7.
Everybody else?
Guy just thumping along.
Yep. Everybody else
I got
want
a
to take
12.
out? 12.
Or, sorry,
12.
13.
Interesting. 13. That slightly changes the result.
7.
7. Oh god.
I got a 16.
16. Unbelievably, the DC was 12. So the 13 and the 16 slightly raise it. The 9 and the 7 lower it. I think you guys are just on the average of 12.
Did we do good?
Yeah, you guys fucking book it across the deck. There is the sound of people running past you in the fog, and you're keeping low and ducking among like crates and stuff. You're making as much of a mad dash as you possibly can before this engine explodes. And eventually you do manage to reach the stairs down to the crew deck as 4 people start to open and close the door ahead of you.
Oh, I really want to shoot him, but I don't at the same time.
Yeah. They go through, but it's up to you guys on how badly you want to engage.
I give Scooter a look and kind of like raise my gun a little, like I'll shoot him if you do.
I raise up my gun. I look over at May.
Nods and lifts her own.
All right.
Alright. Time for a shooting squad, boys. Alright. Make some attack rolls. Let's have some fun with this.
All right.
Oh, I did not roll great. Hold on. How many grit do I have? Where's grit?
How good do you have?
Oh, I have 9. I'm gonna use
2 grit is to re-roll. 3 grit is to take 15. 1 grit is to take 10. And 3 grit is also establish the existence of a relevant item usable by the player within 200 feet. That's the
I'll
thing that can do
use
things.
3 grit to make it a 15, so I have
Okay.
30, 20.
Okay.
I have a
Dirty
30
20.
20 wall for the first roll.
Bruh. Okay.
I got a 19.
Bruh. Okay. All 3 of those hit. Roll damage.
5 damage.
For 9 damage for me.
5, 9. And
That'll be 4 damage.
5, 9, and 4. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18. I'm gonna roll like a group health pool, just so that like I know what I'm dealing with here. Make it slightly less annoying on myself. Let's see. All these freaking D8s. That's 68. I'm gonna say. Okay. And that is a total of 18. Okay, first shots go off. 2 guys drop immediately. 2 more spin and pull revolvers. Do you guys want to make your second attacks?
Yep.
Yes, please.
Make your second attacks.
25. No, 23.
25.
24
23.
for me.
Okay. And are you also making your second attack?
Yeah, I'll make my second attack.
Okay. 23, 24, and
And that will be a 21.
21. Okay. Roll damage. Again.
5 points of damage for me.
5,
4 for me.
4,
6 for me.
6. Okay. 15 points of damage. Okay. As these other pair spin, the next rounds go off and you peg the other 2 of them. At this point, you've made a lot of noise. You start to hear more people moving towards you guys. If you get down now, you're probably going to make it out of there. But yeah, it's going to be a thing. Do you want to fight where it's open, or do you want to fight in a confined space?
I want to fight not near the engines.
I was gonna say Scooter's gonna hear in the commotion. Y'all go ahead. I have an idea to buy y'all some time.
Are you going to be all right?
Possibly. If not, I'll see you on the other side.
Beautiful.
And as quickly as he can, he would like to pick up the revolvers that got dropped as well.
Oh my fucking god. All right. Let's have some fun with this, eh? All right.
I'm gonna run into the engine room to try to stop
Okay.
whatever.
So we're gonna split the scene ever so slightly. Just because I think this is kind of badass, I'm gonna let Scooter attack on his secondary actions as well with this.
Okay.
But May, Torres, and Hiro, you guys make your way down towards the engine room. Scooter, you got 4 guys coming up on you. All of
Okay.
them have rifles loaded and aimed. Do you want to make a couple attacks?
Would Hero
What?
go with us, or would Hero want to stay to fight?
I'm gonna stay and fight.
Okay, cool. Yeah, backup. That's nice. That makes the challenge significantly less.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at Hero and just say, if they get past me, rip their fucking head off.
Got it.
And how many are charging towards me?
There's probably 4 guys now, and you probably see another 3 on the horizon.
Okay. Are those 4 all like kind of close together, or are they spread out?
They're keeping relatively spread out, but you can probably still peg them relatively easily.
Okay. So that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just try to. Because what I was trying to do was charge up on them and get as many of them as I can within a 10-foot area.
Okay. I'd say there are 2 guys within a 10-foot area ahead of you. If you turn to the left slightly and you wait a little bit, you're going to be able to get 3 or 4 guys. If you wait a turn or 2.
Oh man, do I want to wait? No, I'm gonna go for just getting
Alright.
the 2 right now.
Alright,
I'm gonna run.
Start turn.
I'm gonna run up to
Chip?
him, and I'm going to do Blast of Brimstone on him.
Oh shit, okay. So
Quick question. Does the wine in his bag make it any better?
oh god.
That's kind of what
Chekhov's line.
I need to think about this. Let me roll a D100.
Okay, because I was going to say I can totally flavor it to if you decide it does help.
That helps. That's
Flavor it
skewed
with a
in
nice
your
Merlot.
favor. That's a 90.
Okay. Okay.
Molotov cocktail this.
So I don't know action economy wise how this would work. What I'm picturing is Scooter will run up, pull the wine out of his bag, and as he smashes it down, he'll release the Blast of Brimstone.
So essentially, he just lights himself on fire and blasts it out as far as he can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an extra 10 feet of range, and I'm gonna give it an extra D4 of damage.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just a
Okay.
1d20 roll is all I roll,
Yep. Make an attack roll with your Constitution modifier or Strength modifier.
and then add a d4 to it as well.
Yep. Just make the standard attack roll for now.
That is 19 total.
19
Or no,
hits.
18, sorry.
18 hits both. Their ACs for this particular grouping are 17.
Does it hit any more additional people because it went 10 feet further?
It does. It hits an extra 1 or 2 people. So roll me 1d6 plus 1d4 damage.
1d6 plus 1d4. That is 7 points.
7 points. Let me start rolling some health pools. 1 lives. 1 goes down. 1 goes down. 1 lives.
So, okay.
So they are also now on fire for 1d2 turns. So I'm going to roll it 1d4 halved. So that is, for the next turn, they take an extra 1d6 plus 1d4.
And do you want me to go ahead and roll that right now?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay.
So everything
I'm
just fucking... So basically he detonates and everybody just lights on fire. Like everything. Decks on fire, people are on fire, clothes are on fire, weapons are on fire. It's bad.
I didn't say I thought through the plan.
Do any of them have grenades on them by chance?
Oh god.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Let me roll a chance dice. Oh no, I didn't even think of that. That's 37. Gonna go again with the. Oh, okay. The other group had 104. All right. One of the groups did have a grenade. Let me think about grenade rolls this time.
Oh god.
Oh,
Sorry guys.
Good
I
lord.
didn't really think this through. I apologize.
This is gonna be really bad.
It's gonna be epic as shit.
It is really gonna be epic as fuck.
1d6 in a 5-foot radius. This is a distill 3. So that becomes 2d6, 3d6. That's 11 points of damage. So the second group that gets caught, you hear the sound of a fizzing sound, and then just it detonates. 3 people are gone. Fucking everybody in the area just pauses and looks at you in relative horror and fucking backs up. However, they're still coming at you.
Okay.
Hero. Oh, what?
I was
Anything
just
else
saying,
you want to do, Riley?
Does that take up all my action economy, or?
You
I'm
can
totally
still
fine if it
move.
does. I'm totally fine if it does.
That was a tertiary action. You can still move and attack.
Well, blast of thing
Okay,
is an
it's-
action. It says.
It's an action. Okay, so
Yeah.
you can do secondary and tertiary.
Okay. Were you still gonna let me attack on tertiary or secondary? I know you had mentioned it. I'm fine if you
I
don't.
mean, let's. The sheer amount of damage that you just did, I don't
I'm
think I
fine
want
with-
to let you do the
Okay,
secondary
that's
there.
That's fine. All I'm gonna do is, as I'm still kind of fizzling from the flames and whatnot, I'm gonna just walk about 10 feet closer and just
Oh god.
stare down everybody that's starting to approach.
Okay. I found what intimidation is in the setting again. It's called bully. Can you roll me a bully check?
Absolutely. Could I? Even though I don't have any advantages on it, could I possibly get advantage for how awesome that was?
Yeah, that's going to be an advantage on your end.
Okay. Oh fuck me, those are horrible. I got a nat 1 and also a 4, so that gives me 6.
They stare you. One guy got a fucking 5, so he literally just pisses himself and runs away. The other two, they're staring you down. They're like, no fucking way, we're not letting you get away with this, right? Okay. Hero, do you want to follow that up?
Yeah, are those two guys who are staring at him like close together?
Yeah. They're relatively keeping to each other. One of them seems to have like a shield or something, and he's providing cover for the other guy.
Okay. I want to attack them.
Okay.
I can use my melee attack to ignore light cover.
Mm-hmm.
So does that count?
It does actually count as light cover. This is just the worst possible matchup for these poor fuckers.
So I'm gonna attack.
Yup.
That's 25.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Oh my god.
That is 10 damage for my first attack.
Alright. Let me think long and hard about just what happened. So, you kill the first guy.
Okay.
So, what you end up doing is you punch through the shield, and you just feel something wet, and you come out like, there's a hole in this man's chest now, and he just fucking topples over.
Okay. And I'm going to use my second attack to get the other guy.
Okay. Make an attack. Bruh, this is a fucking slaughter. This is amazing.
That's 24 to hit.
Okay, that hits too.
That's 10 again.
Okay, that also kills.
And she hisses again.
Okay, this time everybody fucking stays away. Like, they value their lives at this point, and they know that they're not going to be able to overwhelm you. There's a strange pause as the available people in the area just watch you guys warily, and then sort of slowly nod and back up slowly into the fog.
There's no slow clap?
There is no slow clap. It is just...
You murdered their friends.
Yeah. The slow clap probably comes from Scooter and Hero themselves. They are applauding themselves.
I was gonna say Scooter is still standing right where he is, just keeping his eye on the fog, just in case it's just in case they're just making us wanting to lower our guard.
Yep. Okay. So while that is happening up above, May, James, you guys make your way down to the engine room. This space is significantly less well kept. You know that like the engineering deck at the back of the ship have a kind of rivalry with the engineering deck at the front of the ship. The guys in the front of the ship are more like, they're more lackadaisical with their engineering jobs, but they're more like creative with it, whereas you guys like follow the book very directly. So there's two very different selections here.
May immediately goes, this is why there are protocols put into place so that it doesn't look like this. I apologize for the scene that you are seeing right now. My engines are kept way cleaner.
Yep. There's like rags around and like oil on the floor and like...
It does seem like it's below protocol. I would ding them on this if I were an inspector.
Right?
I'll ding them on this anyway. We'll leave a bad review.
Well, just for the back engines. The front engines were good.
The front engines were good except for the hole in the wall, but
Well,
I do recognize that was not your doing.
Okay.
Flying Fort Darwin Yelp reviews. -1 star. Ship went down. Lots of angry men. Engines were really fucking gross.
But just the
Pros,
back one.
cons.
Yup.
Reply from the ship. You mean just the back engines, right?
Is May one of those people who, like, if she had a business, she'd like to fit business at people?
Only when it comes
God.
to her part of the job.
She'd be like,
Right.
You got your food on time. It was only cold because you took all those Instagram pictures.
Jesus.
I watched the video footage, and you were sitting at your table with your food for 45 minutes taking Instagram photos. Okay.
Just like she links the actual like security camera footage.
May would be a Karen. Yes.
God. Her actual armor plating as an automaton is just bronze or like very light brass colored. It is blonde as fuck.
Anyway, so I looked for explosives.
Okay, as you enter, you can see there aren't anybody in here right now. It looks like the crew that were just entering were actually the demolitions experts, but this entire place is wired to blow. Like, there are det cord everywhere, and there is what appears to be a set of very nicely made, very expensive looking dynamite. Like, high class stuff. I don't know why they chose to go with the more expensive stuff, but like, I guess it was more efficient, possibly bigger explosion. I don't know. I'm just coming up with stuff as I go along here for this particular section because I didn't intend for this to happen. You can see that there is what looks to be a timer wired up to this det cord, and it's about a minute from going off. You got here barely on time.
Can I roll a check of some sort to determine how to disable it?
Roll a research check.
Ooh, I'm good at those.
Hell yeah.
Studying is your forte.
So I have a scholar, so I get research with advantage, but then I also have an advantage in it. So do I get triple advantage then?
You get you have one advantage plus scholar. Is that what you said?
Yes.
You have double advantage. So you roll 3 dice, take the highest.
All right, that's a 19.
That is enough. Looking at this, it's a older model trigger mechanism wired up to a very expensive looking detonator. Probably they've pieced this together from a bunch of other ships that they raided. Maybe a military ship had this stuff on hand. It's good grade, but it's not very nice. You think that it's probably using an old style where it's still just the 3-wire red, white, and blue thing. You think, judging by the timer, going off of the tag on the back of the bomb, going off the serial number, if you snip the 3rd wire down, there's a 50% chance it won't blow up.
I don't like those odds.
Otherwise, if you just rip the detonator off of the cord, there's also a chance you can stifle it before it explodes.
How much of a chance?
75%.
75% safe?
Safe.
Okay, I'll do that one.
Okay.
And May will be like, I weighed the odds, and if I snip it, it'll be 50%, but if I do this, and then she just ganks it out, it'll be 75%.
I would love for that to be the last thing James ever hears, is just her giving him the blow up.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a D100. Okay, that's an 82. That barely is enough. So, if it was anything below 20, it would have just straight up detonated and probably dealt a shit ton of damage to you guys. You pull out the cord, and it starts immediately sparking and starts like running down the cord, but you like tackle the cord and like stifle it, and it doesn't end up ultimately going the full way. It pauses about 20% of the way down, sputters out.
That's exactly what my calculations thought they would do.
You're very good at calculating.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. All right, it won't explode now. Maybe we should go check and see if Scooter and Hero are alive.
We should check on that.
As you say this, there is the earth-shattering sound of a large explosion from above the deck.
I will check on. I have medical training if they need it.
That's good. I do not. I can only fix machinery.
All right. So as James heads up onto the upper deck, there are a lot of charred bodies on this deck. There are a lot of pieces of bodies on this deck, and there are a lot of bodies with very large holes in them. And Scooter and Hero are just sat there in like a stance of waiting.
What? Do you have any injuries that you need tended to?
No.
I'm totally fine.
It really seemed like you were going to die when you went off. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you didn't, but also I was expecting you to die.
I'll be perfectly blunt with you, James. I kind of expected it myself.
Literally, if I had had any other NPCs come into this fight, they would have all had less than 7. My luck has been terrible today. So,
Well, let's go murder the fake captain, I guess.
Now you're speaking my language.
It seems like we're in the business of sending people to hell today.
And business is good.
Hell yeah. You end up in probably how you're going to need to travel through this is you're going to need to head down from the engine rooms, use the hatch instead of one of the maintenance quarters and go down to the crew deck. And then from there, you'll be at the bridge. You'll need an essential personnel key card, which is annoying, but you should be able to get in there.
I have that, don't I?
You do not. You do know where to find one.
Would I know how to hack it?
You could probably break into it, yeah. If you have the right level of engineering, yes.
What is the right level of engineering?
You don't know. You know that it's a very complicated lock.
I'm gonna try to hack it, and then
Alright.
we can go see the key.
Hell
Okay.
yeah, hack that shit.
So,
Swordfish it.
entering into the crew deck, you find yourselves in a very large, long hallway. A lot of rooms behind you guys now that you have relatively ignored. You can see that there are things all sort of flung across the room towards a very specific, mildly open door. And they're all just pressed against the door. And then ahead of you guys is the bridge. It is locked. A pair of very heavy-looking glass doors sealed in front of you. There are 3 keycard locks in place here.
I would know how to open it, or what would be required to open it.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming one of each kind or specific cards, or.
You probably need 3 essential personnel bridge cards, which means that you would need 3 officers with you guys who are. You haven't seen a single crew member here, actually, which is weird.
All right, let's hack this shit.
All right, make me an engineering check or a mechanics check, depending on how you want to go at this.
Both are the same roll, so.
Beautiful.
Dice, don't fail me.
All right.
Dirty 20.
Do you want to grit that?
Oh god.
Using 2 grits to roll again, because I got a 16 on the die.
Yeah. A little more to that.
Sure.
You were off by 2.
Well, I got an 18 on the die,
Okay.
so that will put me off to 2.
Okay. So you're up to 22. That first set of locks opens up ever so slightly, and the doors open, let's say about 3 feet. You can see into the room now. You can see a very elaborately dressed man in a red coat. He has the same gray hair. He's the same guy as you saw in the captain's cabin. He has what looks like the start of a stubble on his face, faint gray mustache, and he carries a trio of revolvers, along with a couple of other what looks to be magic items on him. He looks over at you guys through like the cracked door. There's a faint like, what the fuck are you trying to do? He sort of smirks and he sits down inside of the chair and just watches you.
Can I try to shoot him?
Sure. Go ahead, try it.
How difficult would it be to put the gun in there and release all 6 shots?
Go ahead and try.
You just crack the door and like push a little gun barrel through.
Yup.
Or actually, can I try to open it a little bit more again?
Make me another engineering check.
Hey!
What?
18.
What did you get? 18?
22.
Okay. This time it opens up to about 5-foot area. And at this point he looks up as if like expecting you guys. Sort of goes ahead and waves you guys as if to like, come here, come on.
We could fit in now.
Yeah, you can fit in now.
Oh, would you all mind if I do a little something before we all rush in there? I have a gun that packs a little extra punch that I picked up.
Sure.
I would like to.
I'll like hold my finger up and be like, 1 moment, please, and step out of the way.
While we're taking 1 moment, I do reload my gun.
Right.
Also, yes.
I would like to obviously step into the door frame so he sees my hulking 7-foot figure.
Doesn't look even slightly phased.
Okay, I would like to aim the blunderbuss and just
All
let
right. All right, go ahead. There's an enormously loud belch of gunpowder and ash, and yeah, make that attack.
And that still uses gunslinging, correct?
Yep. How far is it? Range-wise?
It is a 10-foot cone.
He's about 30 feet away.
Oh, okay. I think Shooter would know that the range isn't that far, so I'll move in to be 10 feet away from him.
As you approach him,
Oh, damn. Bad idea.
as you get close to him, he sort of leans back quietly. You could still surrender, you know.
Oh, but you see, this option is so much more. And before I even finish the sentence, I'll let the blunderbuss go.
Okay.
And that is a +6. That is a 18.
As you make an attack, he is going to use a sword breaker. He steps immediately into your range, almost like a short range blink, and he is going to make another strength. He is going to make an attack roll against your attack roll.
Okay.
That is a 18. Does that beat your 17? I assume it does.
I rolled an 18.
Okay, we tie. Should I use a grit to re-roll? I have 16 grit on this guy. I'm gonna re-roll.
Oh.
14 plus 6, that's a 20.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, he beat.
So what happens is you pull the trigger and he's there. Swordbreaker comes up, knocks the gun out of your hand and sends it sliding across the deck. You have been disarmed. You lose your gun.
Okay.
He then pauses, looks at you, smiles quietly. Go on. I'd like to
and
see you
then,
try.
okay. Okay. You really want to do that? All right. I'll see the gun go out of the way, and they're far enough back. I release Blast of Brimstone again.
All right, make that attack.
Oh God, please.
This man is rather fun.
Oh, and I have grit, so if this rolls bad, I can do some damage. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits barely.
Yes. Okay, so that's 1d4.
1d4? Yep.
And that is 4 points of damage.
Okay. Can you roll a 1d4 minus 2 for the amount of turns that it lasts?
I rolled a 2 on that one.
Okay, so we'll say that it's 1 turn. Rounding up. So he catches on fire and he starts like immediately patting at his coat like, oh fucking Christ, I just had this thing on. He starts like trying to pat out the coat, but he's burning pretty heavily. From here, do you guys want to roll initiative?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh God, I don't like that.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh yeah, he gonna fucking die.
Right. That's gonna be fun. All right, cool. So, and now I start rolling for 3 other individuals.
Oh, there's more people in the room.
Oh yeah, you just burst in without even thinking.
Oh, of course, that's what Shooter does. If you can't tell.
So, Elm Baron Captain. That's going to be that, and that. Right. This is going to be rather interesting. So, what did you guys roll for initiative?
I got 16.
16? Okay, 16 for Shooter.
Unholy 20 for James.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna start saying that for dirty 20 from now on.
Isn't that a reference to the last tapestry? I think that's when that first showed up.
It's how we say it, or it's how I personally say it now.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, well, you think you're
Beautiful.
better than me because you got your natural 20.
Still a total.
A holy 20.
Okay.
The blessed 20.
Of course. MAE, right? And
I got an 11.
11. Oh, wait a second. Ellen had Ella had 20.
20, yeah.
Right. Sorry. That's my mistake. L. And then 11 for Meg?
Yep.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so starting first is James or Ellen. Which one do you guys want to act first, or do you want to act on each other's initiative turn? Do you want to share an initiative?
You got the crit 20, so if you want to go first, you can go first.
Okay, sure.
I'm just going to mention this for the people at home. When you get a shared initiative in Osmond Ward, you can do a number of things. You can use your initiatives to help other people do more complicated actions, like throw them somewhere they can't normally get to, or do other things like that. You can use your wisdom modifier to do extra damage on an attack from one or both of the players. You can do things like there's a few different bits and bobs. It's essentially there are benefits to sharing initiative scores.
Is there anything you want to do on a shared initiative, Ellen?
Well, I was just gonna go and do 2 claw attacks personally.
Yeah, I was just gonna empty a whole fucking gun in this dude's head.
We're people of simple actions, Connor.
Yeah, I'm very much a strategist when it comes to this stuff.
It's like, I bet Hero could throw me, but I don't want that.
Here we go. Found it. I'll just link this to you guys because it's a little easier to just copy and paste. All right. So yeah, what do you guys do?
Sorry, I was just looking at what you wrote down.
It's like, I do have good wisdom, so this seems helpful, but I don't really understand how to use it.
Yeah, it's essentially just a thing that you can do in addition to your normal turn.
Okay, so if she's just going hog on this guy with her claws and I'm just shooting him, do we still get this bonus?
Yeah.
Dope. Let's do that. Let's fuck this fool up.
All right. So, in that case, it is Ellen who's going first, right?
Sure.
Okay. So, what are you gonna do? You gonna make your normal attacks?
You're gonna run up and do some claw attacks.
Perfect. Feel free to make those attacks, friend.
That's 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okie doke. And I'm attacking the main dude.
Yep, that is Ivan.
Yes, that's his name.
Yep.
That is 10 damage. Oh wait, do I get to add my wisdom?
Adding your wisdom, yes.
That's 12.
Okay. Understood. Is there anything else you want to do here?
And then I'm going to do my second attack at him.
Okay. So at this point, I'm just gonna quickly roll. I'm just gonna quickly remember what this particular grid ability is, because there's one that I can use that does something really interesting.
I got a natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
So this is gonna be dirty, and this is gonna make you hate him a little bit. But Ivan is going to spend 3 grit to force you to re-roll your attack.
Okay. I got another natural 20.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
Hey,
roll like
that is
5
annoying.
dice.
I'm rolling,
Oh,
rolling
shit.
5 dice at a time, so like...
All right.
Fucking try it,
Hate
Ivan.
He looks very displeased with this situation, and
Yeah, I would imagine so. That is a total of 20 damage.
All right.
Jesus.
that is 20 damage from the single attack.
Yes, because it was natural 20, so it doubled to...
Wow.
I got 7 on the dice, so it is
Yep.
14 plus
Yep.
4 plus...
Right.
2.
Right. That is fucking terrifying. All right. He is not
so
looking
scary.
too happy with that. So that's that. Okay.
So I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll some gunshots on this fool. Stand
Okay.
by for guns.
Right.
All right. So my first one is a 14.
Okay. That does not hit.
All right. Next one's a 19.
That does hit. He's going to again burn 3 grit to force you to reroll that attack.
All right. I re-rolled that as a 17.
That does not hit.
Okay. Next one is a 22.
That hits.
Next one's a 15. Sounds like that doesn't hit.
Does not hit.
And I think I'm on my last shot.
Yep.
Alright, that's a 15. That's a 15.
Okay. You hit twice. That is always a fucking terrifying sound. The sound of just a heavy set of dice slamming against the table.
It's just one of my dice is very big. It's not as many
Yeah.
dice as it sounds like it is. Alright,
It's
so
a great noise.
2 of my shots hit.
Okay.
So that's
just
9
start-
damage total from me.
Okay. He's looking like he's taken some hits. That's all I'm gonna say. All right.
Keep your secrets then.
Yep. Happily. Frodo Baggins, I am not going to tell you everything you need to know. You need to take this journey with me. All right. Is that all your turn? You want to try anything
Yeah.
else?
I don't. Oh, I also had my wisdom to all that, right?
Yep.
Does that count for how much wisdom? Is it on
Your
every
modifier.
Is
I'm
it
gonna
on
say
every hit?
attack. On every hit.
Okay, not just like every attack attempted, but every hit.
Every hit.
Okay, that's an additional 6.
I think that's not actually how that was meant to be used, but I'm not going to care, and I'm going to take it anyways. we can talk about that later. Is there anything else you want to do here?
No, that'll do it.
Shooter. Hey, buddy.
So he's still right up in my face, completely busted up.
Hell yeah.
Would it take so he disarmed my shotgun? Would it take an action to like grab my revolvers out?
You need to probably take an action to draw, or maybe a secondary action, I'd say, to draw.
Okay.
4 seconds? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I have a
would
revolver
that
right
be-
here, I'll try it. Yeah, 4 seconds.
Okay. What? So only one though, right?
Only one.
Okay, that's fine. Note to self: shooter needs quick draw harness. Just kidding.
Essentially, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull out the revolver, and before I trigger, I'm gonna be like, "Now's your chance to see you're clearly outmatched."
As
And-
you say that,
Yeah.
you take notice of 3 very powerfully built men on either end of the room, all of them carrying great swords.
Oh man. You know what? Actually, yeah. I'm not even gonna fire at the guy in front of me. He looks like he's well handled. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just not stare him in the eye, but I'm gonna just turn and
Sorry, not great swords, a break action rifle, a clockwork pistol, and they're relatively well built.
yeah. So I'm gonna unload all 6 shots on one of the 3 that I see.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because I got 4 revolvers all fully loaded, buddy.
Yup. Go ahead.
All right, first one, nat 20.
Alright.
That's
You want to start
one.
rolling some damage then?
Yeah, so that doubles the dice.
Yep.
Okay, so that first shot will be. So is it just roll 1 dice times it by 2?
Yeah, you just times your damage by 2.
So that first bullet does 8 points of damage.
Okay. Let me mark down 8 from that. So that's 4,921 health. That's fine. No, I'm kidding. Jesus, that would be bad. Right. So he takes it.
Okay, second bullet is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit. Yep. Go ahead.
Second bullet is 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Third bullet is a 16.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Wait, no. That matches. So I'm gonna say that it does not hit.
Okay. So that was the third bullet. Fourth bullet is a 24 to hit
That'll hit.
for 4 points of damage.
Oh wow. Okay. Yep.
Fifth bullet is a 18 to hit, or no, 19 to hit. Sorry.
That'll hit. And
Okay,
that probably
that
takes
is-
him down.
That is 5 points of damage.
Yeah, that takes him down. So you
Okay.
unload all 6 shots into this guy, and he
All
just
5.
drops.
I did
All
5.
5. Okay. Yeah.
So, okay, sweet.
Second guy's looking quite.
So still unfazed. Okay, that's fine. I'll just stand right there and not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to roll health points for all these guys. Wow. Okay, that's nice.
Don't like that.
Yeah, you're gonna have an interesting time here.
Hmm.
Okay. So first guy goes down. Now Ivan's looking a little uncomfortable. He does not like that that guy went down so easily. He glances at the other two captains. You're sure that you have this, right? He sort of fingers the revolver. The other two captains hastily nod. He nods once. All right. Okay. Then kill them. And the other two captains close in. So I am going to start making some attacks with the break action rifle. Who here looks like the greatest threat? I'm gonna say it's probably Scooter.
I was gonna say the 7-foot tall dude.
Yep.
That is a
So-
walking bomb.
This is gonna be double advantage to gunslinging.
What? Oh god.
So that's a natural 20 to hit. Does that
Grit
hit?
to reroll.
All right. Roll again. That is a 17 plus
Damn it.
a 17 plus 3. That's a 20.
That hits. My AC is 16 on ranged attacks.
Beautiful. All right. So this is gonna be 1d8 damage to you.
Okay.
That's
Which I
8
saw my
points of
temporary
damage. Okay, that takes down your temporary hit points.
Yeah, so I'm at 22 right now.
Right. And then from there, he's going to move. Okay. Why does he have perfect deflect? Does his arm count as a longsword? His arm counts as a longsword. Oh god. Alright, so he immediately closes 30 feet, lumbering over to you, and just gets up in your face, essentially. Nothing really major here, he's just staring you down. This dude
Okay.
matches up to your height, and
Okay.
he's built like a tank. From there, second captain moves. The third captain is very dead, unfortunately. So the second captain, he realizes that his friend's probably fine. He moves over to match up with James over there.
Oh no!
Me?
He crosses the deck. He looks the weakest. This guy's a little mean.
Okay.
So he reels back and lays into you with an unarmed strike. So
How
this
fucking
is,
dare he?
Yeah, this is just a standard arm. He's having fun with this. So this is only double advantage. Or this is only single advantage. That's a natural 20. Do you want to re-roll that?
Spend
That's a
3
thing.
grit.
That's a thing I could do with grit, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I would love to.
Okay.
How much is that?
Re-roll an enemy's attack 2 per combat for 3 points.
Okay.
Okay. That is 16 plus 2.
I mean, that hits.
Okay. This is gonna hurt. This is 2d4. This is 7 points of damage.
Okay.
You take the
Not
punch.
a fan.
He
Yeah.
sort of gets into a stance, like sort of closes up boxer like, makes another attack. Because 2 punches per turn. Second attack misses. He swings, misses you narrowly. The second attack comes in, strikes you. Looks uncomfortable, sort of jogs back like 5 feet out of your range. Okay. From there, Ivan's go. Ivan just sort of easily looks you up and down and nods once casually. Steps back a few dozen feet, 15 feet, I'd say. And he says, "Boys, I need some help!" Roll a d4 minus 2. That is 2. Okay, 2 Elm Barons appear in the doorway and jog down to assist him.
Is he still on fire for this turn?
He is still on fire for this turn. You want to roll some damage?
Yeah, it's just a 1d4, correct? Or no,
Yep.
1d. Yeah.
Okay.
He takes 4 points of damage.
Right. This is
Please.
scary. He's not burned to death, no.
Damn it!
But you've maybe taken out half his health pool, which is pretty shocking for
Only
a couple
half?
of turns. Yeah,
Half?
this guy had 100 health.
Oh god.
All right. Unbearing Sky Sailors. I need to roll 2 sets of HP. 16, that's 15 and 7.
One day I'll get to go.
Right? Oh, wait. May, did you even... I didn't even think about that. Sorry, May.
Do I get to go before the people show up?
Yeah, you do. That's
Did
my
you-
apologies. I totally skipped over you by accident.
Okay, so
I cannot believe that.
so sad. So as a secondary action, before I forget, I give +2. Who looks more able to take a hit? Not James, right?
James is
James is a weak boy.
you don't want him to you don't want to rely on him taking a hit.
All right. I will spend my secondary action to tap James, and your AC increases by 2.
For me?
Yep. From my paladin classification.
Hell yeah.
And then I will release all 6 shots into the bad guy, the big bad.
Okay.
Hell yeah,
Okey-dokey.
get him.
Take down Ivan. Let's see if he can pull out a ridiculous amount of hits.
That will be a miss.
Oh no.
First one. 23
Hits. don't even need to like go beyond that. Just it hits.
for 5 damage.
Okay. Oh god, this is getting dicey.
21
That'll hit.
for 6 damage.
Oh my god. Revolvers need to be. Wow.
Higher than that
Yeah.
for 4 damage.
Okay.
That was my miss, hit. Hit was that 4?
Yep. No, 3. It was 3.
Okay. 17?
Let me check. It misses. He
Okay.
deflects the bullet.
That's 4. Miss, that's 5. And miss.
6. Okay. He immediately turns to regard you. You're getting him low. He's not okay with that.
And my gun is empty. So I pull out my wrench and just scan my guard and go, "You are not the captain of this ship." And that's my turn.
I am now. So from there, I guess we got the 2 newbies who are like, "All right, Captain, we're here to help." Ah! They just dash into the room. So 19 and 15. So these guys are nearly on the same turn order as James and L. God. This fight's gonna get messy real quick. Right. Okay. So the 19 initiative order guy is not gonna go, and neither is the other newbie. James and Ellie, you guys go first.
All right. Would you like to go first this time?
I need to reload.
Okay.
But quick question. I know that the fire will stop hurting him on this turn, but is he still a little bit on fire?
He is.
I'm gonna hurl a bottle of wine at him.
Yeah! Hell yeah. Alright. Make me a strength check.
A strength?
Yeah.
Oh. How could you? Where'd it go? Oh, hell yeah. That'll be a unholy 20.
Alright, that'll hit. You strike a bottle of wine against your side. He looks at you like, "What the fuck is that?" Oh god! Just fucking bursts into flames again. Can you roll me a d8?
Certainly.
Initial damage.
That'll be 5 damage.
Because I get the feeling that this is just for badass sake. I think that's probably fine.
I just say, my research has taught me wine is flammable.
I'm so sorry for that. I feel so bad. All right. So,
Okay.
yeah, mood. And then roll me a d4.
It's a D4 4.
He's now on fire for the next 4 rounds.
Just needed to soak him a little in a bit of Merlot.
Yep.
Like marinating chicken breast.
Children, this is
Yeah.
why drinking is bad.
It just lights you on fire. This is fine. You consume a bottle of alcohol and you immediately spontaneously combust. Alright.
This is our PSA against drinking.
Mood. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do?
Reload my gun.
That'll be your action. Yep. So you spend
Okay.
8.
That's what I'm up to.
Okay. You're up to a round in your revolver.
Oh, did my wisdom get added to throw wine at him?
No, I'm not going to say it as your wisdom. Jesus Christ. Alright. So yeah, that's fair for now. Next up, we're gonna look at L.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Yes. Well, I'm like I said, I'm rolling 5 dice at once. So like.
Yeah, essentially, right.
Okay, so I'm going to continue attacking Ivan, who is on fire.
Yeah, he's definitely on fire. Miles Truth is in fact on fire.
That is 24.
That'll hit.
That is 10 damage.
Oh my god. Yup.
See, when I took Brawl twice, it like made a big difference.
Oh yeah, totally.
And then I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Can I bring some more grit to make you re-roll that?
Sure. These have happened
Oh
on
my-
all different dice, by the way.
Oh god.
Okay, so this time it's 23.
That'll still hit. It's not a crit though, so that's fine.
That is max damage though, so that is
There you go.
12 damage.
Wow. Okay, he's still alive but clinging. Oh man. Okay.
Oh my.
Okay. I'm gonna make him use one of his abilities. And I'm gonna use the intimidating ability for now. So he's going to make an attack against you. Because you got into close range with him. 3 Swordbreaker. Advantage 2. Oh no, he's gonna use a bullwhip. So he pulls out a whip and smacks it against lashes it over you. So that deals, is that a 17 to hit? Does that work?
Against me? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he grapples you, dealing 1d6. You take 4 points of damage, and he flings you. Oh yeah, no, it's a stun on a 17 to 20 as well. Can you make me a Constitution check?
Sure. That is an unholy 20.
Okay, you can still move. That's good. He flings you 10 feet across the room, out of his range.
I kind of squeal while in the air.
Yup.
Like it.
Yup. He wraps you and throws you, essentially. Sorry, that's a thing that he can do. It's called intimidating. Okay. Anything else you want to do, Al?
No, I'm good.
Okay. From there, the newbie, the guy, the thing, the stuff. One of the guys off the ship. He runs into the room. He looks at his boss. He's like, "Boss, take this!" And he chucks him a Placebonic draught, and he takes it and heals himself with it. So I'm gonna roll a d8, I think. Maybe a d6. I'm not actually sure. Let me look up Placebonic draught. 1d6 HP. Right. So he heals a d6. Oh wow, that was helpful. Nice, thanks. Good. He looks at him and he sort of gives a thumbs up, but he's still coughing up blood. And then the guy is going to look sort of annoyed and I think
I'd probably burn the action and secondary action for that kind of exchange to take place. I think that's reasonable. I think he'll just like sort of look at you guys and look angry. The second newbie takes a look at the situation surrounding him, and he's like, "This is way above my pay grade," and he just turns and walks back out the door. So I'm removing him from the initiative order because he's not dealing with this shit. From there, you end up with another captain who's currently engaged with Scooter. So that captain's gonna make another unarmed attack against you.
Against me?
Yep. He's
thought I went before
coming
the
in
captain.
dirty. Oh yeah, shooter. Yeah, sorry. That's your go then. My bad. I'm looking at 2 different initiative lists.
You're totally good. How close am I to Ivan? Like 10 feet away?
You're about 10 feet, yep.
Would be, as he's on fire and James threw the wine bottle, would that have heat been enough where I could have gained some temporary HP? Hey, you have the abilities in the book, I gotta ask.
I can't believe I'm fucking saying this, but yes.
Fuck yeah.
Roll a d10.
I get 10 points of temporary HP, so I am completely back to full health. I'm up to 32 right now. And
Absolute lunatic.
and I, seeing that Ivan is just getting the ever-living shit handed to him, I am going to use my secondary action to pull out my other revolver, one of my other 3, and I'm gonna unload it on the guy that's close to me, the captain that's close to me.
Okay.
So first bullet is a 22.
That'll hit.
Okay. For 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Second bullet is a 22 again.
Yeah, that'll still hit.
For 6 points of damage.
Great.
Third bullet.
Yep.
I legit you not, out of the 3 d20s I rolled, I got 2 natural 20s.
Right.
So double the dice. So for bullet number 3 does 6 points of damage.
Right.
Okay, so that's 3 shots.
Yep.
Next one is another 22
Yeah.
for 5
Wow.
points of damage.
Yeah, okay. You take the revolver, you press it into his chest, and you just unload the entire fucking revolver into him. And he just
Fair,
dies.
Fair. I look up, as he falls, I look over at Ivan and I say, I still have 2 of these here pea shooters with your name on them. And I end my
He
turn.
doesn't
there.
say anything, he's just looking around now.
I end my turn.
Right. Brah. Okay. Okay, that captain who is fighting him is now dead. So that's fun. Wow, this is bad. Okay, May, it's up to you.
Do I see all the guns on my friend over there?
Yeah, that's a lot of guns, yeah.
Can I walk up and take one of the guns?
Do you want to let her take one of the guns? Oh, wait. Sorry, are you talking about an enemy or are you talking about a player character?
Player character who picked up all of the guns.
Oh yeah, I'll gladly. Do you want a revolver or a rifle?
Revolver, please.
Yeah, I'll hand you one of the 2 full revolvers I have.
So I will take the revolver and I will use my second and last +2 to AC on James. And then I will release this fully loaded revolver into our bad guy.
Alright.
That is a 20 something
Okay, that hits.
for 6 damage.
How do you want to do
And
this?
he-
Hell yeah.
I go, thank you. Take the revolver,
I
aim
just
it,
pop.
and go, you are not the captain, and then shoot him point blank.
Yep,
Look at
he's
me,
gone.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah. You watch as the dude just like skids across the deck and is just gone. The other 2 captains look uncomfortable. They start looking for a place to escape to.
I turn to them and go, leave.
Can I make an intelligence check?
It's just one captain at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one guy left, but
I
he's
was
still
about to say,
thinks he can
Scooter
take
killed
you.
2 of them.
That's a 7
Yeah.
intelligence. Let me think about this.
We own your ship now.
Do you want to make me a persuasion check?
Just jump off the ship, leave the big flying fortress. It's fine.
Make me a persuasion check.
Not great, but. Hey, natural 20 for 22.
He looks at you, grumbles a little bit under his breath, pulls out a radio and says,
Captain's dead. Go home.
Hey, we own the ship.
and then he nods at you and leaves.
No, that your ship, not this ship. This ship is dying.
Nah, he straight up leaves.
That's not what I said. I said we own your ship now.
I rolled an intelligence check of 7.
So he should have fell for it.
He did not understand the situation.
We're gonna have to kill him.
I go, come back, give me your damn radio.
There's a pause. No, and then you just see him like bolt down the fucking hallway.
I shoot him in the face.
Do you want to make those attacks?
Yes, I do. I have more. Dirty 20.
Alright, that'll hit.
6 damage.
Right? Okay, continue.
17.
Doesn't hit. Oh wait,
dirty
no, it's a
20.
16. My bad.
Oh, well then 6 damage, and then if he's still up, I rolled it in.
Yeah, he's still up.
Dirty 20
Yep.
for 3.
Okay.
That was 4 rounds.
Yep.
Dirty 20. I keep rolling 14s on this die for another 3.
Yep. Okay. Another 3.
And another fucking dirty 20. Jesus Christ. For 6.
Holy shit, you peg him as he rounds the corner.
And then I will just walk up, take the walkie-talkie, and go. Clarification. The ship now belongs to us. Everybody who is been captured will be free once we reach the nearest port. We will be boarding the ship now.
Alright.
A great way to end it. Just we're taking their ship now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we're the Sky Pirates.
With the captain dead and things relatively taken care of, you guys make your way over to the other ship. Rosanna reveals herself to be a turncoat in the service of the Iron Wolves, a group of paramilitary that patrol the wards. She and a group of other captured civilians have already overtaken the ship, and as you arrive, she ultimately ends up assisting you guys in getting back to a safe harbor. The rest of the events take place relatively calmly. You manage to land, set foot in Alia Ward, and you are let off into your own separate ways. Ivan is dead. The Elm Barons are dissolved, and the situation relatively calms down. And that, my friends, is where we will end tonight's story.
Yay! We survived.
We
We
murdered.
survived.
And we also murdered.
Out of 5 playthroughs I've done of this campaign, that is the first time the ship survived.
Hooray!
Really?
Go
Yeah.
engineering.
Oh wow.
Hell yeah. None of the players had engineering checks. So a lot of the
Oh.
times the engine they just let the engines blow up and try to get to the escape pods as quickly as they could.
You just needed someone with maze dedication.
Yeah.
Essentially, right? Holy shit.
All right. So on that note, let's have everybody one by one tell where we can find you. Let's start with Connor.
All right. My name is Connor, but on Twitter I am known as CJ Heighton. CJHEIGHTON. Nice to meet you all.
Okay, Atticus.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Mere Atticus, or you can go follow The Last Tapestry at The Last Tapestry. I would appreciate both those things.
Ellen.
Hi, I'm Ellen. You can find me on Twitter at Ellen_Delina, DALINA. And you can find my podcasts at Birdhouse Mist, MYST, or at Radio Roost.
And finally, Jordan.
You can find me on Twitter under Elevated Jackalope, and you can find my podcast at practicalheroes.com.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's been wonderful. I had a blast.
It was so fun.
Thank you, Connor, for letting us play your game.
Happy to provide.
And you can check links for everybody out down below. You can find us as well on Twitter at Beholder to No One, or Facebook, where we are not active at all at Beholder to No One, so I don't know why I say it. One day we'll have a website at beholdertoknoone.com that my husband is working very, very hard on. And if you would like to help support us, we have a Patreon. So would love it if you went there and gave me your money, even if it's $1.
Give me your money.
Give her all of your money.
Otherwise, Scooter's gonna come for you.
This has been an extended robbery.
This is
The longest prelude to a mugging.
yeah, pretty much, right?
Now give Nikki your money. What are you doing with it?
Exactly.
I love it.
I mentioned I had a revolver. No, I'm kidding.
You can check out our other shows, our discussions on Mondays, and every other Thursday are Behold Clear Light, our horror-esque actual play. So thanks again for listening. Have a great day. Bye.
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 Bye.